never felt so alive in my life. 'Cause you make me come to life every time I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? That I'm crashing right into you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? Yeah, I'm free falling. Can you hear me calling, calling for you? Yeah, I'm free falling. I'ma keep on falling, falling for you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? I've never felt so alive in my life. 'Cause you make me come to life every time I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? That I'm crashing right into you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? Yeah, I'm free falling. Can you hear me calling, calling for you? Yeah, I'm free falling. I'ma keep on falling, falling for you.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Oh, boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream. Hope all of y'all having a wonderful, beautiful day. Sorry for being a tad late. I was getting work done, dude. Sorry. I was catching up with the Vinruki Halinka, the actual interview. I got up and I was like, you know what? I got to get a 5V5 1V1 video out, and then I got to figure out what I'm doing for later this evening. So trying to get ahead with my work. And then I got just caught up just watching the actual interview quite a bit. I was taking notes, but then I was just like really listening into what was said. It's an interesting interview. I really do think you guys should go and watch the whole thing. Maybe even watch it with the chat. I don't know if that, for some people, that's like ruins the experience or whatever, but it's interesting to also see like the chat reaction, like the Twitch chat reaction, which isn't everybody playing World of Warcraft, you know, it's chat and usually it's all memes, but it's also interesting just to, it's just a nice bit of feedback. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful day. We got more duels up and running for this evening. How y'all doing? We got ourselves Ark. We got ourselves Chicago Justice. We got ourselves Minimalist Monk. Lloyd. I messed up your name. I'm so sorry. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. Let me get that song up and running too, dude. This song was actually kind of a slapper. Actually kind of a big slapper, man. Also, yesterday's event, 6v6 RPG sounds good. I do too, especially with the fact that they mentioned, I think I mentioned that if we do add a 6v6 RPG, we need to give them different maps. And I thought to myself, that actually sounds exciting. Like a mix between a battleground and an arena, like a kind of like a 12, slightly bigger 12v1 with objectives to work towards. I think that could be really interesting. Like that could really make a lot of interesting PvP dynamics. I really think it's good. 9-1, yes boys, 9-1. Doing more duels for the day. Yesterday we didn't really get to do as many duels as I wanted to, but today hopefully will be enough of duels for the day. What's up, Feral OP? What's up, Lloyd? Feral? Yeah, they're kind of OP. They're gonna be doing some adjustments to like some of the self-healing elements too. Like if they can efficiently deal with the self-healing elements, and I also really like, you know what I really like? I really like how they're talking about cooldowns, like having classes and filler abilities do more than just having like your big burst buttons or whatnot. You know what I mean? Do I have PTR set up? I do. Don't look at my org, dude. Don't look at my org. What is going on with the back head? What is this? What is that? Oh my god, it's flapping in the wind, dude. Jesus. Why is it doing that? That's a good mog. I don't know why. The look at her feet. The look at her exposed feet. Why do their feet look so weird for orcs? They actually look weird. Why is it doing that? Hold on. Hold on. He just goes up for no reason. Sorry, I was trying to see if I can get a hunter up and running so I can test out the new Kyrian conduit or covenant legendary. Anyway, let's get in there, boys. Let's get in there, dude. We do some 5v5 1v1 duels today on 9-1. More duels for this evening. Let me also post exactly how to join these duels too. Here we go. Duels on 9-1 PTR public. Yeah, I guess I'll just do it like this. I was gonna write the PTR is a public test room. Everyone can join and download it. But maybe I should have posted in a tab like doing duels on PTR today. Here's a link to a video how to download it. I don't know if that'll be helpful, really. Maybe that'll be more helpful, dude. I don't know yet. I don't know, dude. Alrighty, boys. But yeah, they got a lot of good ideas for patch 9.1 PvP stuff. Like, I think a lot of the Honor Town stuff they've done is really, really good. Alex, ready to go? Let's go, boys. We got ourselves one group already. If you guys want to join us for 5v5 1v1 duels over on the PTR, you just gotta download PTR yourselves. If you guys want to download PTR yourselves, it's really easy. It shouldn't take too long of a download. Here's a video how to get it. Right, Night King to have a group. 5 out of 5. Yo, we only got 2 groups. Let's go, boys. But yeah, so the video goes over exactly how to get PTR. Go to account.blizzard.com games, link in description, or you can just type it up yourselves. And then you go to games and subscriptions, games and subs, scroll all the way down. And at the bottom, if you don't have PTR enabled, you have to add it to a test ROM, restart your BNet, and you'll be able to download it. And you can also have it share files between your current WoW and PTR, so it needs a lot less to download. Because basically it does copies over from your hard drive Shadowlands, and then swaps out a couple files, and it works out really well. It's really quick to download. Alrighty, boys. Here we are. First one of the day, Alex and Night King. First 5v5 1v1 of the evening. If I can only spell everything right. Alex and Night King. I do like this song, by the way. It's not really a good duels song, but I kind of like it when we're like waiting for duels to get set up. I think it's really well put together. Abandon and Galaxy Tones, Luna, featuring DNAKM. Nakum? DNAKM? Is it black screen? On stream? Hopefully it shouldn't be black screen for you guys. Yeah, guys, everybody seen the stream? How many fingers am I holding? Anybody? Well, hopefully it's not a black screen for you guys. Otherwise I would restart YouTube or something. Invite has been denied. One left. Okay, cool. We'll wait for Night King. We'll be good to go, boys. We're good to go. The Mog, the Love It Down. What do you think of Subrogue 9-1? It should be pretty good. Hopefully, I think it's going to be in a better spot. In some regards, it's going to be better. No black screen for me. Cool. I think what Blizzard allowed Subrogues to do in next patch is they're going to have a little bit easier time escaping enemies and having shorter cooldowns at a cost of some damage because they're super giga bursty. I think they're going to be still not a terrible spec. I think they still have a lot of control, which is what really makes them super strong in arenas. As for like 1v1s or something like that, I will have to wait and see, right? Let's be a little bit patient, but I think some of the stuff that Blizzard is doing for next patch is looking good. You know what I mean? Some of the on sound stuff they're changing is good. I think it is a little bit more play. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that they're removing some of that, like, sub-rogue one-shot, like 2 sub-rogues pressing Shadow Strike once, and you just gonna kill any target, even a tank. I feel like that's a bit of a degen gameplay, and I'm kind of glad they're removing that. Like, like, sub-rogues don't really need one-shots to win games. It's not like they're like, oh, I'm a poor sub-rogue, please, Blizzard, give me some buffs, I can barely kill anything. No, you're literally walking up to a Demon Hunter, slapping them around 5 abilities at most in RPGs, and they're dead. A Demon Hunter, tank. You one-shot tanks before they can even get out of a stun. God forbid those guys don't even have a trinket, they don't even have a chance against you, right? So I think them turning around sub-rogue a little bit, that's still one of the most important things that makes them so good at PvP is the control, dude. Control. Throwing down CC chains on somebody for like 8 billion years, you still could do that. You just watch cooldowns a little bit shorter at a cost of like 10% damage reduction for like 6 seconds. I don't think it's going to be the worst. I think they're actually going to be okay. I don't know, but that's just my thought process about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be able to, that's not going to be shared between everybody. What do you guys think? That's the important part. Don't ask about my opinions. What do you guys think? I'm interested in your guys' opinions on it. Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Christina and Skullbreaker going first. Is that a duo team? We got this Archeorc that was a join. Oh, Archeorc looking very fancy. I like that. We also got ourselves OMG. Who it is? Seawark? And we got ourselves Lockup Picopia looking like, oh, Necrolord, Necromancer, dude. Oh, are you a Necro right now? That's actually kind of cool. We got ourselves Woman. Man as a Necrolord? Since when? Yo, I'm actually kind of excited, dude. I'm actually kind of high-key excited. Christina on the prowl as Woman. It's gonna have a... What is that just now? It was like a hand that slapped him. Was that the new jailer, like, shackle trinket PvP? Shield of Enders is going to pop pretty early on. Christina does have a berserk rolling trinket out of the Hammer of Justice. Is going to get him some thorns up and running as well. Got himself a little bit of healing. Woman looking for the Ward of Glories to try to maintain themselves as much as possible. Trying to deal with the damage of a feral druid. Looks like they are hanging in bit by bit though. I'm pretty sure Christina is running the Mortal Strike effect, which is taxing for Athama to deal with right now. He might have to pop wings in order to get a little bit more defensive, in order to increase the amount of healing he does. It's going to be a Convoke getting trinketed out of Atha with a Human Racial and a stun. Seraphim loading up, looking for a hot jump to Christina. Will not have a trinket available. Atha but got himself the extra Hammer proc rocking big damage with a final verdict. Does he go for the big one shot for Christina? Needs one more Templars. Is going to bubble it just in case things go bad. Thorns is out for Christina. Atha wants to go for as much aggressive gameplay as he could. Flashlights are coming out as he's getting himself a bit of a reheal. Gonna be a Skull Bash on that last heal though. Athaman still has wings rolling. Looks like the bite closes it in for him as Christina just ends up shutting the jaws of life on him with Unchilly. Up next, trying out the Unholy. I like it. Chill pills without an unholy gameplay. Got himself the disciple shot. Helping hand. Gripping in Archeor. Can't really do much about that. Sounds like Christina tried to reduce the amount of healing he got going on right now. Christina just tried to use Soul Shape to try to stay away from Unchilly as best as possible. Going to be a pet stun with a grip. Locking the Feral down. Does the Feral escape out of this wall? As well as Thorns is up. Unchilly has an AMS for the Thorns. Trying to continue making the damage work. Is he playing Scourge Strike or is he playing the ranged build rather with the Claw and Shadows? I actually wonder. Is he playing which one? But Unchilly is still hanging in. That's a lot of his bursts kind of just died denied, but Unholy Death is a much better situation. I think sustain wise it should be in a better situation as well. It's going to be Human Racial with the interrupt as Christina is playing the minute-long Convoke. Minutes they don't Convoke, but also have the duration. It's going to get more bites in there, so it still has, it's the same Convoke, just with a bit more of a bite, less duration, less cooldown. So it should be a better version of Convoke. Going to be a full flash cut up for Chili. Does have also some immunity with the CC reduction with the heals. With the Marileth Soul Bind. Christina just continuing to build the common points, continuing just to let the dots tick down on Chili, as he is not in a great position at the moment. Still holding on to a lot of his defenses. There goes the the Lichborn in order to get himself the death strikes as he'll try to turn that aggressive on Christina with a silence and a stun. Gonna be tricky for Christina to bust out of both those effects. Goes the massive reheal for Christina with any kind of healing he can get out of it. Unholy, Chili actually just communing that Ursos does get going to the last second with that last Ursol. Super low health for Christina, and Chili is going to get some healing recovery as he's stacking up the fester wounds and popping them. He's stacking up a necrotic strikes or necrotic wounds on Christina. There goes the necrotic effect on Chili. I think it is the Jailer's Shackle 3-minute trinket getting used here. It doesn't really have so crazy of an animation. Earlier I think it was like a chain, but maybe this is something different this time. Chili tried to see if he can hang in there. Thorns is quite deadly. Maim and Christina might just have him here. The pet is dead. Chili's actually just by himself. Does get a start to Christina. Is going to get himself the smallest heal. Grippy hand comes out. Might give him maybe more resources. Looks like Christina just going to hang in. Trying to end it right now. On Chili, I think he's not much really left with Wargren. Rolling out next is a Venthier. Worgen Survival Hunter. Survival Hunter's actually got a couple different new auto talents. I don't think we've seen any of them in quite a while. Big sounds coming out into Christina is going to have healing reduction as well as damage reduction for a few seconds. Is setting up Ursos a little bit early. Trying to see if he can soul shape out of the Wargren. Not sitting in the Ursos long at all. Just continue to sprint after Christina. Getting the muzzle around the corner. Christina is actually under quite a bit of pressure. Wargren trying to finish him off as best as he can. The healing for Christina is doing quite wonders. He's going to pop out of cat for a minute to get himself whatever heal he can with that convoke. Trying to see if he can survive. Maim on the pet. Bash on Wargren. Does go for the trick and continue to get those flame shots and kill shots back to back, but Christina just continuing to heal constantly. Look at the amount of healing he's doing just in an ice trap. I mean, he just healed to full. He just healed to full. Boys, there's so much healing. He's just healing like AFK. What was that heal? Was that a rejuve with the regrowth and a wild growth? All those hots all at once or something? What was that? I don't understand. He does have a Warlock health from Lockopi Copium though. But it's crazy. Trinket's out of the freezing trap. Gonna be a stun for Wargren as he's not really trying to get aggressive. More like trying to stun Christina to peel for himself. Give himself a bit of a breather as it looks like the hunter becomes the hunted. Has himself plenty of mobility. Ursos is going to keep him in place. Does have a few of Eagles he's thrown out over Christina. Dropping down the Entangled Roots on the pet. Trying to separate Wargren and the pet a little bit. That's going to be still kill shots far enough for Wargren. Continue to get whatever damage he can. Christina does get hit with a freezing trap right on top of him off of that bash, which is perfect for Wargren. Denying damage for Christina. That's going to be a camo setup for Wargren to recover health with a Hunter's Mark onto Christina. And the fellow is basically back up to full health, man. Basically back up to full. 6 minutes 24 seconds into the duel, we are hitting that 9% dampener, and maybe in dampening this is where we'll see Christina struggle a little bit. Still has that 1 minute combo, getting a couple of those kill shots to the face. Does have a bark skin rolling with thorns as well. Worgen getting really good procs. Another freezing trap onto Christina. All he can do is do enough damage and then freeze Christina, get himself a bit of a reset, get some cooldowns back up, then go again. Big stun to Christina, try to get some damage in with grenades. But it looks like the emergency healing comes out for Christina. Should actually be a-okay. Walls back up. So that 4 minutes actually didn't hold long at all. This should be okay for a bit. Wargren still holding his ground on the other side of the pillar. Try not to have Christina really just rush at him. As the pet gets rooted, he does want to stay away from Christina as best as possible. Trying to deny the feral any kind of opener. Going to be a Shackles. Actually, Feign Death comes out for Wargren. Does go to maim summon for Christina. Can you interrupt Shackles? Is that what that is? Can you interrupt those? It looks like Christina is playing the new 3-minute trinkets with the Shackles. I gotta figure out the full name of the Shackles trinket. Ursol's up. Wargren isn't gonna be sitting on that one long at all. That's gonna be a slow into a silence into a damage healing reduction for Christina with a Chimeric Venom. Or Chimeric Sting, one or the other. Big harpoon for Wargren. As Christina looking for a bit of a reset, not letting him go anywhere at all. Trying to continue the damage rolling. Big bash to Wargren. Does he have the Convoke to follow up? He doesn't follow up with the Convoke if he did have one. As Christina is recovering quite a lot of health very passively. Is going to get a Moonfire onto Wargren. Trickets out of the stun immediately. Rushing in. Is that the perfect opportunity? Does throw down a freezing trap to give himself even a bit more breathing room. 19% dampening into this duel, boys, as Wargren is rotating. Traps on Christina, throwing nades, trying to make the biggest damage happen. Christina, does he have any more emergency heals available? If he has emergency heal, it should be broken right now, or about now-ish. Maim onto Wargren with a Convoke, getting those bites. Looks like the final hit was enough. Did get the bite at the end. He does need just 2 seconds of damage, and if all of them bite, it'll be good. Advo, oh, okay, so this is, he came under a different name yesterday, but it's the same Warlock, Advo. Also, Demetresk. Lady Demetresk, unless this is a little different person, that's also a Warlock, also Necrolord, also with the same Felguard pet, Wrathguard pet, which is a glyph, and same Mog, and same mount, which could be it. Advo though. As a demonology, Christina does get the opener onto Advo. That's going to be the pet spinning to win off the bat. More demons getting caught in. Stun onto Christina with a Tyrant coming up. Maybe a second stun right after. Does he have a second one? He does. Mortal Call to follow. Tyrant is doing some damage there. Going to be Decimated. Will get set up. Skull Bash onto the Tyrant. As Christina trying to lock down the Tyrant because he knows where the damage is coming from. Advo does go for a big old pour. Big gateway to follow after. Christina's taking a bit of damage. Leaping out in the open. Advo trying to see if he can line up a Fear. No Skull Bash for Christina for a second. Does have it now, but the Fear does go through. Thorns is up, so those pets are going to take a bit of damage from the Thorns. And Advo does have a bit of a bleed on him. Christina actually turned the attention, and I think trying to bleed up the Wrathguard. Going to be a stun for Advo as he's just trying to get himself some healing caught up with those Drain Lights. He's going to be able to summon in more demons in there. Demon Doggos as well as a Leviathan rolling in. And those pets behind the pillow might be able to do enough damage and pressure for Christina. He's going to try to Ursul those pets away from him, tricking for Advo, and does go for a big old port. Christina left swiping out in the open at a Leviathan with that Convoke. But it's not that big of a deal. Gotta only wait about a minute before that Convoke is back up. The mastery that Convoke provides you, by the way, is huge. Like the bleeds you put up, and even if you whiff a Convoke, those mastery bleeds are now hitting really hard. Decimated Bolt getting set up by Advo. As Christina leaping in, Fear trying to get set up, doesn't have Skull Bash. Looks like he got juked on. It looks like the Skull Bash. Advo trying to maintain himself as best as possible, health-wise, while also trying to put pressure onto Christina. Decimated Bolt doing quite a bit of damage though too. Actually, significant amount of damage in terms of like the little tickles that Warlocks usually do. Besides, you know, with their Tyrant, I think it's a fair amount of damage. Maim available for Christina. Does he go for the big setup stun onto Christina? Does have the shackles onto Advo. But looks like the Necrotic isn't going to last long too at all. It's going to be a full flesh cut out for Advo. Does get bashed on it though. Still got himself the big marble, green marble around him. And that's going to be even more pets up and running. Does he have a big Tyrant? He does actually have a big Tyrant go. Does Advo delay the Tyrant here? He might just want to. Because Christina just Ursuled all those pets away and just bailed out of there. Trying to see if he can maybe deny Christina any reset with Shadow Fury. Looks like he's just going to go into bear form. The pet is going to get a charge on him. The auto attacks do come through. Christina is denied the reset. Will not be able to get the biggest rake bleeds up and running. But okay, for now, going to be a big old root onto the pet. Does get Advo by himself. Convoke the Spirits does go through, but it doesn't do the biggest damage. Does have bites to follow. Going to be those pets are up and running. For Christina, no trick available. That's going to be double stun into a Mortal Call most likely. Does he get the Mortal Call out? He might need it. Skull Bash onto that Tyrant came out really, really early. Trying to see if he can do whatever damage he can to Christina. Just trying to train live to recover whatever health he can. But Christina so far has been able to deal with that Tyrant very well. Interrupting the Tyrant and then line of sighting him just denies any damage from him. Like at that point, don't even worry about Advo. Like his pets are going to do a lot of damage. As long as Christina got himself self-heals, as long as he can deny the Tyrant damage, he'll be okay. Advo at no health at all does get a stun onto Christina. Try to do whatever damage he can. Fear, maybe drain life, just siphon whatever health he can. Does get Skull Bashed on, and I think it might be lights out. Kiss God is the last one left. The Kyrian Retribution Paladin in a full Greek attire and the new weapon. I do like the new weapon. That does look good. Look at that thing. Yo, that thing with the Maw effect looks insane. Going to be a stun by Christina with a full Convoke. He's got, oh my goodness, taking so much damage just from a Convoke. Jesus, had to pop himself a sipping cup. Going to be Shield of Vengeance popping off through him. There's going to be big blind to Christina, trying to go for the big one shot. Does he get to take down the Feral? He's looking for it, looking for the big setup. Hodge does have a Barkskin rolling. That is Thorns. Does slam down the gavel, taking Christina out. Took him a little bit of time, but took everybody a bit of time, and he was able to do it. That's going to be Archeorc up next as the second competitor of Team 1, since Christina basically stole the show. It took us a whole Retribution Paladin just to shut down the Feral with a full one-shot combo that he had to go through, man. That was actually a almost full 1v5 by Christina. Played it really well, dude. That 1 minute convoke is pretty nuts, by the way. He can do it so often, it's not even funny, and the burst it does is insane. He's got to try to see if he can survive Archeorg. He's gonna have to bubble this, as Arhe got plenty of pressure. Also got Earth Elemental, so he's not too worried about his own health at all. He's got just trying to see if he might be able to survive this. Trying to get some holy power. Maybe get some Word of Glories rolling, flash of lights, whatever he can. Just trying to do whatever recovery he can get. And Archeorg is just like bailing out of there, man. He doesn't want to play Ring Around Rosie with Skizgod. You know, almost like he's like, you know what? You go ahead. Get yourself that reset. Get yourself the reset. Because you're not going to have it for long. You're not going to have it. Oh, dude, look at him with his fist, man. This is a good looking Mog. He's a Ventir Noble. I do like that look, dude. I do like that look. That's a good look. It's going to be a Skizgod trying to avoid the stun totem. Get him back in combat. Get him some Seraphim open running. Going to be a full Ascendance as Archeorg has Skizgod out in the open. Big Thunder coming out. Going to be Ascendance versus Seraphim blind. Onto Archeorg. Does not have a trinket. That's going to be Repent or Wreck by Skizgod. Needs himself a little bit of healing though. There could be Wind Strike deadly. Actually dead, so scared the Wind Strikes. And looks like he's still on the run. Blessing Protection not really going to stop a lot of damage from Archeorg. Especially he can just whiff it away with his hand. Just shoot that Blessing Protection out of there. Skizgod trying to see if he can maintain himself. Word of Glories, it's 57% dampening. Are not really doing all that much. He's trying to see if he can survive for as much as possible, but does get zapped down. Archeorg does take the victory for Team 2. With Skizgod really, Christina paving the way. Look at that healing, dude. Look at that healing. That's a lot of healing, dude. That's actually insane. That's actually kind of nuts. Man, that is rough, dude. Christina's playing well. They really are, dude. Christina does join these duels often. So if anybody would know like how everybody plays, those strategies on how to PvP, dude, he's been practicing that Minute Convoke. He's been playing with that one quite a bit. I think that's his favorite Lego now. That thing definitely has potential though. Like you still get the full master benefit of running the Naya Soulbind as if it's a 2-minute Convoke. But it's just a 1-minute Convoke. It's actually insane. Actually insane. Alrighty, boys, let's see if we got another group. Looks like Chicago got a fresh group. Let's see if we can get another one up and running, yeah? Dude. Blizzard, Kalinka did talk about how they want to nerf some of the, although, what's up, Chicago? They talked about how they wanted to nerf some of the, passive, like, healing and defensive, like if a class needs healing as a defensive toolkit, like Enhanced with Shamans, through Pharaohs. Yo, that's a lot of Pharaohs, dude. You can throw against Alex. Yo, let me know how the Pharaoh thing is going. Yeah, 3 Pharaohs is too much, man. At least one of them got to be Boomy or something. I think Furry is good. Furry or Fury? Let's ban Druids now. Yeah, exactly. I think one of them will go Boomy. Oh, to go Boomy. We can give it a try, right? It's okay. If you say they are, then we'll do it. But if they are not, we'll have to back out. Because 2 of each class, 2 of the same spec, or 2 of the same playstyle, it's fine. 3, too much. Yeah, 3 Pharaohs, we're not doing 3 Pharaohs. We have a rule in this 5v5s, 2 at most, man. 2 at most. Okay, cool, I guess Chicago's gonna destroy a hope. Yeah, dude. Boomkin is fun. Yeah, they're great. Alright, Chicago. We'll try it. Chill. We'll get you in as soon as you're ready. Alright, guy? One is going Boomy. Awesome. Somehow I was able to spell Chicago like as Chocago, like chocolate. How the hell did I do that? The rule should be 0 Pharaohs, only Boomkin. Yeah, that's gotta be possible. That's literally impossible. You know? I mean, I guess you could be like, no Druids at that point. That's the only way to make sure that no Pharaohs get through it. Night King is ready? Alright, we'll throw Night King as soon as... of Chicago and Alex and we'll throw Night King against, I think, Chicago. Yeah? Otherwise, we could throw Night King in Chicago and then they would have played different people. Because Alex played Night King, now Alex is playing Chicago, and then Night King and Chicago played each other. Well, then that'll be like the perfect love triangle we all want to see. You know what I mean? Havoc? I do want to see Havoc compete in PvP. What changes did we get this patch for Honor Towns? I think it was like Shadow Priest stuff. Wait, what changes did we get this PvP? Oh, we got some Fury War changes. That's what he did. Wow, ahead. I'm trying to look up the PvP changes we got this week for classes. So we got the Druid Starburst and Wellhold Instincts nerfed, even though it doesn't feel like it got nerfed. Warrior Arms and Fury PvP changes. Okay, and Death Knight Anti-Magic Zone is a 2-minute cooldown instead of 3-minute cooldown. So they made it a little better too. To be fair, I don't think it's going to be dead in the water completely. Alright, one of them is a boomy. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's good. WTF is wrong with you? Oh, 2 enhancements, 2 pharaohs, 1 boomy. Oh, wow. That is a big group. That is a big group. So Twitch. Oh, no, Seamark. I didn't realize, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. We got ourselves, though. We got ourselves the boy, Christina, with Locopy Copium. We got ourselves OMG Hoodies with Skullbreaker and Archeor going all Kyrian. So apparently you could change those mogs anytime you want to. Like you could have any Covenant's mog if you wanted. Copyfin gonna be first off versus Skullbreaker. So the nerf to him, the slaughter ability, is that now Slaughterhouse will reduce the amount of healing you get by 5%, but it stacks up until 8 times and lasts like 8 seconds. So you should be able to maintain a 40% MS basically all the time if you wanted to. Gonna be Copperfield dropping out the static totem, trying to keep Skullbreaker in the place. He's trying to see if he can switch to the totem, trying to take it out. Flashcraft available for Copperfield. Gonna be a pummel out of Skullbreaker as he's maintaining himself. The more he maintains that Slaughterhouse, we'll see how well he can even maintain Slaughterhouse with his PvP changes. And he might still be able to. Big reflect available. Copperfin does go for the Panda Racial. Zerg Rage out for Skullbreaker. Ascendance is up for Copy. Getting some damage from Skull as he's going for a charge and looking for that execute. And does get the kill. The Fury Warrior Dream lives on. Did have to use Enrage Regeneration for this one. But otherwise he's okay. What the hell is Houston? Hey, Chicago! Chicago, can you tell Houston to just like chill in the arena? Because Skullbreaker is going to end up seeing the second Feral and he's going to be so confused. He's not going to figure out which Feral he's fighting. Broton up next. His plan is a Kieran. Going to be checking out Skullbreaker. Broton taking lots of damage though. Skullbreaker just unleashing damage on the boy. Big old... Wait, does he have the charge? He does have the charge with a Warbreaker on a talent. Yo, big execute on the first. What was that? Wait, how much damage does that Warbreaker deal now? Was that only an Arms Warrior Honor Talent, or is this an Arms and Fury? This guy's playing the new Honor Talent. Whoa, what a god. How much damage does it do? Can someone peep? Yo, Seavark or Chrysler, if you guys have details open, can you just show me the average damage of that Warbringer charge? Because they added a damage modifier to it. I want to see how much damage that is. Because this man is trying it out. And he's got himself like lots of damage to roll off of it. What? Who this? This is going to be the Boomy up next on team 2. Going to be a big old charge for Skullbreaker. Zerga raging out of the roar. Going to be a not a Starfall for who this? I thought it was going to be a Starfall and Starburst playstyle. Playing the Necrolord Boomy. Trying to make the dots war. Going to be a big old charge for Skullbreaker back to back. I don't have details in PTR. Oh, okay. Chrysler, you got me, my man? You got me, my mans? Gonna be a big old in card for who this, as when we try to see if he might be able to ramp up damage on Skullbreaker. But looks like Skullbreaker is gonna live up to his name and break yet another skull. I don't even know. This man is just actually unstoppable, dude. Slaughterhouse nerfed, playing that weird Warbreaker talent. Houston is up next. Houston, we got a bogey inbound, going for a big old bash onto Skull. As he got himself a charge. That looks like it does significant damage. That charge looks like it actually does some damage behind it. How much damage does it do? Anyone get details for that? I want to see the damage he does. Big old charge yet again as Houston got himself a little bit of a re-heal. It's all holding on to a wall. Does pop Barks in here. Skullbreaker is taking a bit of damage himself. Does have enriched regeneration if he needs to. Trinket back up and available as well. Does have a bit of a wreck. That's going to be War Stomp with a knockdown. Does the Night Fae. Does have the knockdown, War Stomp, knockdown combo, which is basically like a 5-4 second CC. Basically a Stormbolt. And he has himself double charges. Looks like Houston not looking all that good. Houston down, boys. Oh my goodness, it's Chicago. Coming out as a Necrolord enhancement, Shamansmith. As a Draenei. Oh, that actually looked cool looking Mog, honestly. The hat and the 2 chest piece and everything, that looks good. Gonna be a Skullbreaker not giving him a chance to really even get a breather. Is this gonna be the first less than 5-minute duel on PTR? And Skullbreaker actually breaking records before the patch is even out? What is going on here? Looks like Chicago actually trying to get some damage back to Skull. It's gonna play in the Elemental Wolves. Big fear on the doggos. As Skullbreaker looking to back up a little bit, get a charge in onto Chicago. Looking for some damage of his own. trying to make the Onslaught. Is that what he's playing? Onslaught? Where he slams with both of his weapons? Is that the gameplay? I like it though. I really like it. Skullbreaker down on health a little bit, still holding on to a big defensive. He's also playing Siegebreaker, which I think is what adds him extra damage. Going to be a stun totem as Skullbreaker charges in, does deny a little bit of that momentum damage, and Chicago is able to actually maintain themselves against this guy. Big kills available for enhancement. Is going to get the Kevin Slime rolling in, which Skullbreaker does take percentage damage. I think they're 2% more, if not 3% more. Damn. But this is actually pretty good. And then the Grim Grip. Would you guys be surprised if I told you that's actually Grim Grip's ult on PTR, Skullbreaker, as a Night Fae, so you can play Night Fae from time to time? Would you believe that's the same person? War Stomp knockdown into maybe another knockdown because Chicago does get laid out on the floor with a big old execute for Skullbreaker. Oh my. This guy actually broke the record. Before PTR even came out, I think that was basically almost less than 5 minutes of a duel. Jesus, the amount of damage he does. I still would love to see. Yo, did anybody in that arena have details running? Because I would love to see how much damage that Warbringer does. It looked like he had some significant damage behind this thing, dude. Did anybody record the numbers? Because I would like to see a screenshot from that arena. I don't know how much damage it does. Like this, can you maybe message me like the tooltip? How much does it read for him? Because it looked like sometimes he's charged in and like a chunk of enemy's health just disappears. Just gets sucked up. He just takes big bites out of people. One of his max charges hit for like 5k? Dude, 5k? That's actually quite a bit. Imagine somebody with 40k health. 5k is like what? An eighth of their health bar? That's actually pretty good. Wow. That's really not bad. I wonder, like, if somebody's gonna run from you, you're getting free damage on the charges. That seems really, really strong. Alright, let's get another one put on, boys, yeah? Chill Pill! Chilly Willy, my mans, are you ready? Because we can get Chill Pills with Chicago, because those two haven't played each other yet. We can put Alex in it. Back birdie, dude. Let him sit for a second. These guys got some champs in there. I know Seawork didn't get to play, but still, dude. You know what I mean? We'll get those boys up and running. We're doing duels all day, boys. Chicago and Night King. We're doing duels all day, so don't worry about it. We're probably gonna rotate you guys, like Chicago play Night King, then Night King will play Alex, then Alex will play Chicago, then we'll probably do like this in circles. 4 out of 5, alright, Chicago. We'll give you guys 30 seconds or about a minute. If a minute passes, you guys still 4 out of 5, then we'll go Alex and Night King. But we'll give you guys the opportunity to get a group together. When the nerf for healing, you'll see how much often they will die. We'll see, you guys, alright? We'll see. I do wonder what they're gonna nerf in terms of feral healing, but I do wonder. We actually do have a screenshot. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. So looking at it, normal hits. So you can hit between 5k and 3k. Average is 3k. So I guess it depends on whether he's enraged and has Siegebreaker on the enemy, because Siegebreaker makes him take more damage. That's actually really good. That's actually really not bad damage. That's pretty good. That's just free damage. And thank you for getting me a screenshot so I can link it in the video, because that's probably going to be a vid. Most likely it is. Alright, Night King Chicago will give you guys a bit. Check Discord. Appreciate you so much, my guy. I really, really do. The screenshots really do help me, boys. Because it's also good because I can't like see the actual numbers myself. But to visually, like if that becomes a video, and most likely it was, showing visually exactly how much of his percent of his damage was that charge, with the details like telling you low end, high end, average, all that, that's awesome. That helps me a ton, dude. First place Horde, yeah. His class was a crutch. What, Warrior? I don't know about that. Maybe, I mean, maybe, right? But Warriors generally is not the kind of class that's like giga OP in 1v1s. I think it's gotten better for 9-1. Cat played really good, seeing the others did. I don't think his class was a crutch. Katrikan? Yeah, dude. That wasn't Cat, by the way. That was Skullbreaker. What if Skullbreaker is Katrikan, dude? That'd be hilarious if that is the same person somehow. Telling Fury is going to be meta. I hope Fury is going to be a lot stronger. I hope it is going to be stronger. Alright, why not do Alex versus Night King, since Chicago's group is taking a second. You want more alley? Boys, you want more alley for Chicago. What we'll do is I think we'll maybe do Alex versus Night King, then Night King will duel Chicago, then Chicago can duel Alex afterwards. We'll kind of go reverse. Because I want to give you guys many opportunities to get some duels in. Whatever covenants, whatever legendaries you want to try, all that new stuff. Let's do Alex, Night King, and Alex. And then we'll do Chicago as soon as we get 5-man. We'll get you guys in there. Yeah? Dude, this Pharaohs get chopped. Oh my god. Those Pharaohs actually just got chopped. You had Kyrian Pharaohs, you had Necrolord Pharaohs. I think nobody expected Skullbreaker to do as much damage as he did. So people were like more on the back foot, like, oh wait, what's going on? Oh, Blood Gorge, my man, how you doing? I see you popping in here, dude. I see you popping in here, my dude. Привет, друзья, хорошего дня, здорово, Артур. Здорово, мой друг. Большое спасибо, что пришли посмотреть на стрим. Надеюсь, вам понравятся дуэли. Подписывайтесь. Скажи всем подписываться. Let's get some. Let's go. Get some duels in here, boys. Which? We got ourselves team 2 with Blood Gorges on a holy DK. We got ourselves Christina, more of that feral action. Copium is a destruction. Hasn't got to play. Oh my god, who is this? Hasn't also got to play. We got ourselves Archeor, dude. You're swapping bogs. You got the Fisticuffs bog. I like it, dude. Versus Ath, the woman. More of that Necrolord action. We got ourselves Kiss God. We got ourselves Unchilly with Wargrand as well as Advoy. I don't ever see this mount getting used, dude. Those are pretty cool mounts in BFA. Not gonna lie, they were pretty unique. Like, let's say, like its own unique animation, unique skeleton. Unchilly getting hit with a Succubus CC in the opener, playing that more than Unholy, which is Loco Picopium is going to be dipping away with a big old port. That's going to be hand just randomly gripping people to him. Unchilly literally can't do anything about that hand. But everybody else is being a good sport. If they get gripped, they're not getting attacking, not getting aggressive. Going to be Armageddon joining the fight versus Loco Picopium, who's looking to bail out of the situation. Does give himself good ports around the corner. The Army of the Dead is charging in. Looks like he's playing the Shambler. Is that it? Oh no, it looked like he was playing the Shambler, but it's actually just his normal ghoul slowed, which is interesting. There's going to be AMS up for Unchilly. Got himself quite a bit of damage, which is Loco Picopium. That's going to be a big old port and a Warlock Hellstone for Loco P with that Battle Master trick and get himself lots of health back. Unchilly under quite a bit of pressure though, trying to stay away from the Tyrant, from the Infernal, as well as the Succubus. Going to sacrifice the pet, summon a fresh new one. Gonna be the... Oh, do you walk out of it? Oh, line of sight, actually really good for him. Did avoid the God, how am I forgetting the name of the one spell that Warlocks are using? Did I really forget? No. Is it Unbound Chaos? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Chili does go down to Loco Picopium, getting blasted as I was literally looking up what the how did I forget? I immediately forgot. We only see this ability in PTR constantly often. Bonds of Fell. Why did I want to call it Unbound Chaos? I think it's the name Bond there. Gonna be a Bonds of Fell for Athelwoman. That's an official advantage. Looks like he just walks out of it. Does Hand of Freedom make you immune, or did he take damage and just like kill himself right after? Big old Caswell set up as the stun comes out for Loco Picopium. Taking him out with a big old Casbolt. Gonna be Athelwoman. Grabbing big old wreck. Huge proc onto Loco P. That's going to be a big old Immolate right after. Is Athelwoman playing the Necrolord Legendary? We have 2 Gavels that you can throw. And every Gavel does give you 2 procs. Bonzafell trying to make a play. Going to be Fear onto Athelwoman. Bonzafell right after. Didn't quite walk into it. I think you can still walk out of it. I don't think it tethers to you. You don't have to go around it like a Ring of Frost. I think you just run right through it. I could be wrong. Athelwoman tried to go for the big Prox's Necrolord though. With the Necrolord Covenant ability, it's a Gavel you throw in. Like think of like a Unholy Judgment. And your next Temple's Verdict will trigger a Divine Storm for free. And if it's running the Legendary, it'll give you 2 Divine Storms. So it's actually quite a bit of damage. Throwing in the Gavel, I think it was maybe a double Divine Storm. Took a Loco Picopium from like 80% to 50% in a single global. Big old Bonds are coming out. Immolate right after. Mortical walking about a Bonds. That's going to be a bit of damage to Athelman. Or Athelwoman. Shadow Fury with a Casbolt getting loaded up. Probably going to bust and shield the Vengeance really quickly. Barely almost made it through the full shield. Second one did get chucked out immediately. And Athelwoman has himself... What the hell? Is that an auto? He just walked up and punched Athelwoman for getting too close, I guess. That's how Archeoric. He's ready to go for a fight. He just punched. Athelwoman is having a little bit of a hard time dealing with a pet. is gonna put it in a fear. And Locopi just does have he just has the distance, dude. You gotta get a gap closer for Athemum. Paladins definitely need a gap closer of some sort. And you're gonna have to be very, very careful in terms of your positional. It is gonna get clipped barely by that Cataclysm around the corner. So that's gonna be dots. At least he's able to mount up. There's gonna be a curse to slow him down. Paladins don't have a way to deal with the curses except with the Hand of Freedom. Big old Gesture Warlock set up with the Cannonball coming up, and Athemum just gotta go for the line of sight. And his cooldowns out of Locopi Copium could drop down Infernal, does drop it down. That's going to be Infernal with a Cataclysm around the corner. Athemum taking a lots of damage himself. With a plenty of Instacasts available for Locopi, that just could be a lot of free damage. And Athemum taking quite a bit of damage. Might just have to bubble it. Do they have to? Word of Glories are coming into play. Could go for a Wake of Ashes to stun all these demons at once if he really wanted to. I think he's setting up for burst though if he can. He's going to get a lockout onto Locopi on the Soul Rot Mortal Coil, but a bubble does come out. Has the mobility to keep going. Most likely has the gateway to use if he does really need one. And most likely will use it if he has to. He's waiting it out. That port didn't really go as far. Does have the normal portal available. Walking away from his own gateway. The gavel does come in for Atho. But a Casbolt is loaded up already. Oh, stop the Casbolt for a second. Loaded up a full one with a stun Cataclysm around the corner. Bonds fell right after. Has to walk out of it unless he maybe Hand of Freedoms it. I don't know if Hand of Freedoms gives you like immunity for it. Trying to flash cut through the damage as best as he can. Another Casbolt get it loaded up. Locopi most likely has a port available already. He just bought himself enough time to deal with Atho, and he always has a port to go back whenever he needs to. He has a port and a gateway. Casbolt gonna set up off that fear with an Emerald Raptor. Athemum does have a Shield of Vengeance, as he's again trying to close that gap, which is quite a long mile. Locopi just has the mobility set up and ready to go. Just continue to inch away himself towards that gate. Mortal Coil just keeps walking back whatever he can to keep the Paladin at bay. Bonzafel is up. Hand of Freedom does bust through the damage. It is going to be pretty painful for the Paladin, but does have to take the hit. And the Cataclysm around the corner, I believe, does get the immolation on him. So I believe that did clip him. So far for this Paladin, it's been really a tough duel to win. With Locopi Copium just not giving him an inch, not letting him get close at all, just rotating whatever mobility he can, just to be as annoying as possible. It's almost, I mean, he's just trying to deny the Paladin any damage by staying at distance from him. He's doing the best that he can, but for Atho, that's definitely proven to be a bit of a challenge. Walking Locopi almost away from the gateway, and there he goes, slows him down with a curse immediately. Gavel getting thrown in. Kevin Slime trying to go for some spits. Going to be actually a banish on that Slime. Bonzafel with Soul Rot. After does create some line of sight for a second here. Locopi trying to use that line of sight in order to get an angle onto Atho. Does get the angle. Mortal Coil comes out as the Hodge comes in. Chaos Bolt is mid-air, and Atho does go for Word of Glory to heal himself. Flash of lights are coming through. There's going to be a stun around the corner. Locopi is next to Atho, trying to get a Chaos Bolt in his face. Actually, stops it halfway. Atho tried to go for an interrupt, didn't quite get one. Fear into a Chaos Bolt. Does have Locopi Copium out in the open though. No trinket available. If he can somehow just lock him down right now and fully burst him down, this will be the perfect opportunity. If he has any opportunity here at all. Shield of Vengeance is up. And Locopi, again, inching himself back to that good spot. Wants to make sure he's in a line of sight, kind of near that gateway, near that portal. Big Shield of Vengeance holding on strong. Athemum finally walking to Locopi. And looks like, again, has to go behind the pillar. I feel like he had himself a perfect position. He just was having to play very, very defensive at that corner of that arena side. Like on his side, on his team side of the stairs. It's just really, really tough situation. And I wonder if he was able to really do much here. Speaking about what Halinka said in the interview, he talked about how PvP is all about area denial. I feel like Locopi Copium is showing us exactly how big that is in PvP. He's literally denying Athemum any safety, or really denying him any gap closes whatsoever. Like walking up to Locopi is nigh impossible. Chasing after that guy, nigh impossible. Can barely even get behind a pillar to create some line of sight and recover. The area denial is actually really, really strong, and it's actually insane in PvP. Just throwing in whatever Instacast has got at Atho is near a line of sight, might just go behind the pillar, or maybe just hanging in. Maybe just holding on strong, trying to go for Flash Cap. Does that give him immunity to CC? He does get immunity to CC. So if you can only maybe Flash Cap while he's getting hit with a Mortal Coil or something. Try to throw in the Gavel at Locopi. No trinket available for the Warlock. Does give him a stun. Trying to see if he can line us on the pet. Wreck does come out. Locopi is going to have a wall rolling here. Athemum trying to make the biggest damage happen. Mortal Coil does come through. It's going to be Fear to follow up next with an Immolate right after. And a Chaos Bolt to fall. Does he have the Word of Glory? He does have Word of Glories. Yes, plenty of words. Dude, that Bonzafel was so perfect. Athemum was literally, by the time Bonzafel landed, Athemum was literally on the edge, and then he stepped forward, which is going to proc it. Lockup is actually so precise with the Bonds of Fel now. He's basically able to, like, as the enemy is trying to stop, it's like, okay, I'll just take one little step forward, but one little step is enough to cross that line. Big ol' fear onto the Succubus pet. Lockup throwing out whatever Instacast has got, and we are at that 9-minute mark. 24% dampener, boys. Atho still hanging in. Is going to use the waterfall in order to create some line of sight, obscure his location for a second. Succubus does have the CC ready to go, though. Bubble back out for Athom. Mortal Coil getting set up by Loco P. You gotta find a way to get a trinket out of Loco P at this point. Trying to maintain himself as best as he can healing wise. But that curse of, dude, curse of exhaustion is just the worst. And as you're trying to rush at him, feared. Oh my god. Not enough mobility in the world ever. Bubble coming out for Athomin. Try to see if he can deal with this. Big old port available for Loco P, dude. Oh my god. This is so rough. He really did have like that one big opportunity around the pillar or around the stairs on his side. But it's just rough outside of that. Trying to not to break the Bonds of Fel, and Loco P I think is ready to throw in a Mortal Coil at the guy. He does have a Mortal Coil back up now. He didn't have it when Bonds of Fel was up. That is so rough. Arthur is actually drained of all mana. He does have a bit of mana recovery over time, but man, this is going to be rough. 10 minutes of this duel, 31% dampener. Loco P is just not letting the guy play the game at all. Literally can't even run around the mountain. Curse of Exhaustion hits him, and he just puts himself in such a good position, dude. He has a port that he can just move to, a gateway he can just get to, and big old setup with the with Soul Ship as well. Fear into a Mortal Coil into a fear. Big old dots rolling. Arthur's just gonna get thrown a bunch of insta-casts at him. Big old port for Loco P. Arthur just walked in one direction. Big old mobility for Loco P though, with yet another fear, yet another Kizma loaded up. Arthur been actually forced to swap to the pet and just start getting holy power off of that thing. Got himself wings rolling, so that should give him maybe a bit of mobility, a bit of movement, a bit of healing. Used to get a stun onto Loco P if possible. He's going to give me a gateway for sure. Hodge comes out. Does he trinket out of it? I don't think he's going to. Big old wreck comes down. Atherman trying to make the big AoE play happen. Our hero getting clipped in the middle of it. Being a sport about it. Atherman literally can't control the AoE. Literally can't control it. His Covenant ability is going to force AoE out anyway. You literally can't do anything about it. Big old Cosmo setting up after that Mortal Coil. Ather still has the healing. The flash, this extra slime shield comes out from the Necrolord Covenant. Does give him a little bit of survivability, but that's about all he can do. Loco P actually drain lifing the slime, Kevin Slime, for any kind of healing he can. And that's going to be Warlock Helsing getting used. I don't know where this duel is going to end, dude. 2 minutes left for that bubble for Athom. Still no trinket getting used up by Loco P. Still holding on to that thing. Big old Soul Rod as that fear walked him out of Bonds of Fel, man. That is just so unfortunate. Big unfortunate. Flashlights is ready for Atha though. He's still got himself maintained little by little. Loco P just waiting for that waterfall to come down so he can have the line of sight of Atha. Hit him with a stun Cataclysm right after. So at this point, Chillavinus up, big old Casmo set up. I think Loco P could actually end this. He does have a big old Inferno as well as a Dark Soul stability. Atha does dip really low for a second though. Those dots are really catching up with him. No bubble available, no Chillavinus. I think it might be lights out for him. Instant casts are needed for Loco P. It does take out Atha. That is such a powerful play style, dude. That's so much area denial. It's actually not even funny. Advoy going in for a big old gateway, got himself full pets, and a Tyrant getting set up against Loco P is going to have a second stun. Looks like the Tyrant will not be able to get much damage. Loco P trying to avoid all these pets as best he can, is trying to get a dip away from them and using that knife him ability to his finest, actually just avoiding this whole burst altogether. Not only is he outrunning the pets, but also Advoy just getting line of sight at all times. It's just, again, such a powerful utility as well. Big old damage with the Advoy. Does drop down Infernal as well. Bonds of Fel locked out. Switch now to Soul Rod. Going to be a Mortal Coil for Advoy. Trinket for Loco P. And Decimated Bolt is getting set up by Advoy. Trying to make some damage happen. It's going to be Loco P porting away out of that stun. That's going to be yet another stun for Advoy though. Constantly has stuns, whether it's his pets or whether it is his Shadow Fury. Going to be a banish onto Loco P's pet. With an Infernal as Advoy get himself a whole army of the demons setting up yet back to back. And Loco P is kind of out of cooldowns here. He did burn a lot into Advoy, but it's a bit of a standstill. Advoy does have all those demons behind the pillar onto Loco P. That is going to be actually rotten down little by little. Looks like the Wrathguard does go down. I don't know if Advoy picked up on it. The Wrathguard is down. If he is not aware of that, he might actually be in a bad spot. Does he have a quick summon? Try not to get interrupted. Oh, now that he figured out what's going on, that's going to be a Furo onto that pet. Try to see if he can go for a summon. Looks like it didn't last long. It's going to be stun around the corner. Advice denied the pet. Oh no. We actually saw this yesterday. That's exactly the strategy the Loco P went for. Pet denial. And Advice looks like he doesn't have a insta summon, does he? Oh no, I think it's over. Oh no. That pet denial. Now that's a PvP only thing, dude. Just denying the person the ability to get their pet up and running. It's just rough. Kiz got another Paladin on Team 1, trying to see if you might be able to deal with Loco P Copium. Can you break the wall? Because I think this man so far has been the wall of Team 2. Well, Christine, I guess, in a sense, was the wall earlier as well. But Loco P, dude, I mean, it's just a lot of damage. Lots of now. Big old stun onto the Succubus. Blind available for Kizgod with a big old wreck. Trying to make the damage happen on Loco P. Looks like the auto attack did hit him. He's trying to throw in whatever hammers he can. Does he have the judgments to follow up? Potentially. Shield of Vengeance up for Kizgod, but he doesn't have the line of sight of Loco P though. Trying to do whatever he can damage-wise, playing the big Kieran Go. Mortal Coil getting set up by Loco P. Bubbly getting used by Kizgod. This Loco P out of options here. Does have a port, and that's mobility given to him just to keep on running for a little bit longer. Is going to be able to outlive the bubble. So he might actually be able to do something new now that Kizgod no longer has a proper immunity. Mortal Coils could be sent out. Just going for the instant cast. It's a fear getting set up for the Kizgod, where the Drain Life has a trinket for it immediately. That's a little bit of Drain Life for Loco P. I think he's just waiting for his Mortal Coil. If he's able to, Kizgod trying to see if he can charge in. It's going to be full Wake of Ashes. Does have Seraphim rolling. Does Loco P have any more mobility left? Does he have any more stop gaps for this? Stun. Has a trinket for it. Trying to go for whatever instant cast he can. Does get slammed down though. That is rough. At the end, you just had no cooldowns. Wall was available in a bit. I think it was just coming up. And Mortal Coil as well. That was just coming up. Big old basic protection available for Kizgod is going to be ripped off by Archeorc. As Archie finally able to play the game. Actually able to play for a bit of a fight. Except as again against Kizgod, like last time. He's basically getting to duel him towards the tail end of the arena. And Kizgod looks like he's going to be going down. With Worgen making sure to get that Hunter's Mark on the boy. Even though it doesn't really do much unless he doesn't run the conduit. Where whoever you mark, they do like 3% less damage to you. Which can maybe be up to like 5 by the end of the expansion-ish. Which could be good PvE. Like in PvE, it's actually pretty good. Like having a boss do slightly less damage to him with all the other defenses, that's a pretty decent like overlaps. That could be nice. In PvP though, I don't know if that's enough. 3%? I don't know if that's enough. Maybe it is. Archeorc though looking to pick up the eyes. Didn't get to pick it up the first time for some reason. Second time did do it. Second time is the charm. As Worgen got himself pretty well set behind the pillar. Behind a bunch of boxes, going to be a tar trap into a steel trap. Actually, it looks like the elemental took that steel trap. Ascendant available for Archie. Going to be Fate Death for Worgen. Stun onto Archie. Chicken side of it immediately. Trying to max the damage into survival. Going to be Freezing Trap. No way out of it unless he had a grounding totem for the harpoon. There was no real way to really deal with that one. Going to be yet another steel trap on that pet. Nade's going to throw in for Worgen. He's going to try to go for the dot-based gameplay versus Archeorc. Try to keep him away from him as best as possible. Keep him at bay. It's going to go for the Chimeric Poison. It's going to be slow into a silence into a healing reduction and damage reduction. At a 75% dampening, Archeorc is trying to see if he might be able to get himself a little bit of reheal. Trying to see if you might be able to deny Manic Bandages for Worgen, but most likely there's going to be traps behind the pillar. Set up and ready to go. Does have a stun totem on one side. The freezing trap does meet the shaman though. As Worgen got himself more dots loaded up onto Archeorc. Big damage to follow. And Archeorc, all he can really do is charge at Worgen. Try to go for the Scarab Beast while it goes for him. Interrupted it. Or maybe Scarab Beast on the Wolves? Maybe he was trying to do it on the Wolves. That's going to be Turtle Shell with a Manic Bandage, where Archeorc should honestly turn attention to is maybe on that Raptor pet. Honestly, not a bad idea. He's going to throw a Freezing Trap onto Archie before he recovers too much health. But the Shaman at least got him to use his Maelstrom defensively. Big ol' stone to Archie. Worgen actually might have him here. Does he have the kill shots to lock him down? Trying to harpoon at him. Does end up taking him out. And trying to see if he can deny that statue from the Draven Soulbind. Oh my god, who is this? Up next, popping in, trying to make some big damies happen. Touch of the Magic getting set up. I think he's got himself a big go. Arcana Sphere getting set up, but it's going to hit Worgen. Literally can't stop it. That's actually quite a significant amount of damage. With a barrage at the end. Feign Death the last second. Actually at no health. Literally at no health. I think a barrage or a fire blast will end up taking you out with that one. Literally. Try to see if you could throw Kai did major to the freezer trap, but couldn't do it. That was a big damage at the end, dude. That could have been huge damage out of your boy. Alrighty, let's get another open running, boys. Yeah, I think we got ourselves, what, Night King versus Chicago? I think that's what we gotta do now. I believe. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? Man, you guys are really making some of these duels long, huh? But also, I guess it's the survivability of classes, too. Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna end up. They said they want to take a look at classes that like have self-healing as part of the defensive toolkit. Like, I wonder how much faster the games are gonna be if they do end up doing like some big hits. Because they talked about like hybrid classes having like incredible amount of healing or whatever, an incredible amount of heals. I was supposed to do that. I just can't connect. I know, dude. It's rough. I don't know. I think the only chance you really had is when you were by your team's stairs. If you had every cooldown there, he didn't have a trinket, and you could stun him, interrupt the pet, and go and max out damage. That's about all I think you could do. We just have the top classes rolling the highest in the order. Kind of unfortunate. True. Chicago's ready. We'll see if Night King is ready, because we haven't had those two play each other, I don't think. So we'll see. Unless they have like one or two dudes that they're just shifting between their two teams or two alliance teams. But we'll see. Yeah, that one's rough though, dude. I think the nerf BM. No, I don't think they nerf BM. I think BM in anything, if anything, got buffs. It's actually a pretty good spec right now, and I think it's looking better in the next patch. You got things like, I mean, you got Tranquilizing Darts, Chimeric Sting, Hunting Pack. All those abilities are really good for all 3 hunter specs. Beast Mastery got Manic Bandages, so it should make them a little bit more survivable. They have Beast Within, where it inspires allies, so the attack speed is increased by 10%. Not only just becoming immune to fear and horror effects. While Protected did get removed for that passive, like 10% damage reduction of 15 maybe, or 8 maybe, well, I don't remember what it was. But Kindred Spirits now, your main pet's ability has a 50% reduced CD if you end up going Kindred Spirits. So I think it's going to be a little bit better, honestly, but I could be wrong on that one. I think they still forgot and just were to include the Manic Bandages. I think it's going to be pretty big. That's our ability. We'll see if we can get Night King a 5-man. We'll give it like a minute, boys. Big Dad, what's up, Paul? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. How you doing, my boy? Lock is half as good as a Pharaoh in 1v1 and actually takes real legitimate skill to pull out. Bad Pharaohs can literally oog the way through menu 1v1s just because how insane their sustain is. You think so? Wait, Dallas Russian, I thought Italian because of the beard. What? You thought it was Italian? Come on, dude. Why do you think I'm a European? I'm not a peon. European. I'm not peon. I'm not peon anywhere. Come on, dude. No, dude, Slav, man, Slav. Dude, come on. What I gotta do on stream to prove that I'm Slavic, dude? Do I gotta wear like Adidas? Do I gotta have a real thick Russian accent? Talk like Pilaf. Talk like Pilaf. He's like not really Russian. He's like not Serbian or something. He's like Slavic, some kind of Slav out there, dude. Some kind of Slav, dude. We need rogues, dude. We do need rogues. How you doing, Daniel? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah. Slav squad on the sea, dude. I'll just perch myself up next time on stream. Italian, dude. I do know some friends from high school that are, their parents are Italian, right? They do have some Italian in the background. So I see what you mean. But yeah. Dude, I got confused for everything but Russian so far. I don't think anybody ever thought like, oh, this guy's Russian. Alright, I guess Chicago's ready. Alex is ready, but Night King is not. So we gotta get Chicago and Alex in, yeah? If Night King pipes up, then I'm gonna get him in. But I'll give it like 20 seconds. If I hear something from Night King, I'm gonna get him in Chicago. Otherwise we'll do Alex in Chicago. Keep the duels rolling, yeah, boys? What was it? Подписываемся on прям Was it Chief Chick? Большое спасибо, Артур, большое спасибо. Надеюсь, нравится стримы и видяшки. It took me a second to read that one. I'm a little slow when it comes to reading Russian, like reading out loud or whatever, just reading in general. But like, because there's a lot of like syllables in there, and I just have to like go little by little. I am forgetting it pretty badly though. I've tried to keep up with it as best as I can. It's not like I'm trying though. Not like I'm trying so hard to keep up with it. Mostly, the only time I really get to speak Russian is like with the family back home, or on stream whenever I see some Russians in here. But I try to like read out the full sentences. I try to respond to them in Russian if I can. That's about the best I can do. You know what I mean? Alrighty, boys. Recute Chicago and Alex up next, boys. 12 on? Oh, that's a massive arena, dude. That's way too big. In my opinion, that's way too huge. That's a big old arena. Big old arena. But it's okay. It's okay. We will be okay. We will be okay. Did I save this one? Hope I did. I don't know if I did. Kind of a long one. Wow, 19 minutes? That's how long that one was? Crazy, dude. Wow, some of these are really, really long, huh? Oh, chat, what's up, my dude? How you doing, my man? Alrighty, switch. We got ourselves team 2 together with... We got ourselves Braun. Oh, I like that mug. Look at them glasses, dude. A sophisticated wolf. That's a one sophisticated furry. We got ourselves Chat as well. What's up, Chat? How you doing, my man? Houston, we got us in Chicago, as well as Copyfin. Lots of variety in Team 2, and plenty of variety in Team 1 with Blood Gorge, Christina. We got ourselves Loco P. We got ourselves, oh my god, who's this? As well as Archie. Is Archie going first? Somebody getting set up in Wild Spirit or Kindred Spirits? I think for PvP, you want to Kindred Spirits on yourself, don't you? Loco P. Copium first? Oh no, boys. Why you guys letting the Warlock play first? I mean, let him play, right? But damn. Shackles getting used up early against Loco P is going to go for a big old gateway. The Shackles do slow down Braun for quite a bit, but it does create a little bit of a necrotic effect onto the health bar of Loco P. Although it seems the necrotic is very, very small. It says 13,000 have their health, but I don't think it's that big at all. Going to be a Soul Rod getting set up onto Broton, because Broton did Trinket. Mortal Coil getting set down with a Bonza Fell, almost walking. Oh! Did walk out of it. I think the guy was trying to see if he maybe will start walking towards a pillar while getting himself a little bit of healing, but that massive explosions from the fell is just too much, dude. It's just too much. What's up, Prisma? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Oregon? Yeah, dude. Oregon. How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Chat up next is a Pala. What covenant, though? That's my question. Is that Kyrian? Most likely, most paladins, like, oh, most of the paladins in PvP are Kyrian. Big ol' Chaosbolt getting set up. Chat trying to see if we can bail out of there. Double Chaosbolt eats 2 of them. Has to get himself a bit of flashlight. See and lock up and coping around the corner. Does go, I think, for Battle Master Trinket with the Shield of Vengeance, which I believe, does that make Shield of Vengeance actually a better trinket? Big ol' blind onto Loco P. Trinkets out of it and sees the Seraphim coming out. And Chet is going to have to waddle over back towards the pillar. Not in a great position right now. Trying to see if he might be able to deal with Loco P as best as he can. This is going to be stunned around the corner with a Cataclysm. Bubbles with no health at all. Oh my goodness, that was a big turnaround. The Warlock really went all in. Chat has himself a Hand of Freedom, trying to see if he can swing around the corner. Does get a Hodge onto Loco P, trying to see if he can swap pets. Doesn't really get to. And that's going to be Lock bailing out of there. Might be able to still go for a big pet swap. Going to be his main pet getting feared. Got himself a slow to Chet. Feared to follow. Actually, just continuing to go for damage accumulation. Bonza fell with a Soul Rod. Chet is just going to take lots of damage. God, does have wings available for a second there with Word of Glory to maintain himself. But otherwise, he's actually A-okay. Orgy. Oh yeah, it's not Warcraft, but it is a Worgen. What's wrong with Prisma? You don't like Worgens, man? Or you don't like it that it's not Warcraft? What's Houston doing? This guy. This Houston guy, man. He's just out in the open. Maybe he just wants to get a closer look of the duel or something. It's hard to tell. Chat is going to have to run the long distance towards Loco P. Didn't even hit him with a slow. He just hit him with that succubus CC, dude. He wanted for him to get closer just so he can go as far as he can. Hit him with a Bonza fell. Chaos Bolt. Is he going to walk it away? He does have to walk at Loco P. Trying to get the holy power. Got him some Seraphim, but that's going to be Mortal Coil running in the opposite direction. Trying to see if he can stay in. Trying to go for that blind onto Loco P. Big judgment getting thrown in. But looks like Loco P got them insta-cast though, boys. Big damage off of that. With Copy Finn walking up next, is going to hit with a mortal immolation aura. Well, immolation. Mortal Coil. Immolation Coil. I literally messed up my words for a second there. My brain turned off for a moment. I'm sorry, guys. Copy Finn, though, trying to see if he can maintain himself. Copy and Loco P. Actually, I've had a bit of a back and forth before. Enhancement versus Warlock. Like the back and forth. I wonder if Copy might be the one. Trying to see if he can static charge Totem the Loco P to keep him in the prison. But it looks like he is unable to. Gonna be a big old Casable getting set up onto Copy. Got himself plenty of self-heals available. Wall comes out. Does he have a Tremor for this? He does drop down a Tremor. That's going to be Loco P. Probably might be a good idea to kill the Tremor. Does kill it. Maybe a Stun Totem on top of that incap. It looks like no Stun Totem just yet. That's going to be a Wind Fury getting set up. The Copy does have the Grounding Totem up very, very soon. That Fear Casbolt is going to hurt quite a bit. Copy, does he have the Maelstrom? Does have the Maelstrom. Does have plenty of self-healing. And while he got the Maelstrom, he should be A-okay. He's rocking the Earth Shield too. That's going to give him even more self-heals. Loco P looking for that reset with that Earth Elemental. I don't know if Copy Finn actually disabled the Earth Elemental or what. Maybe he did. He might have. Shadow Fury around the corner as Loco P literally not even looking at Copy. Mortal Coil sent at him with a Fury right after. Just got him completely locked out. Bonzafell dropping in, and Copy is going to naturally, with that Fury, walk out of Bonzafell. Does sneak away a heal. It looks like he's just looking for a bit of a reset himself. Needs him to get himself a bit of mobility to catch up to Loco P. Does slow down the slow totem. Does have the shock totem, static totem down. Big old port available for a Loco P. Made sure to take down that totem as the shaman was approaching him. He's trying to deal with him as best possible. Actually, he's gonna DPS the Spring Totem, which is not a terrible idea. It is gonna give him lots of resources. Copy Finn still trying to maintain Maelstrom, trying to generate some Maelstrom for the pet from the pet of Loco P. Setting up a Primordial Bolt. Maybe he can get some big zaps off of Loco P. The Kevin Slime trying to go for some spits of his own. Copy finally got himself some damage. Finally trying to go for a big bursty setup with a sentence. Loco P does have a port and sneaks behind the pillar, leaving him with just a Bonzafell. Even pulling the pet back, not giving him any Maelstrom whatsoever. Copy Finn at least wants to get some Maelstrom. Maybe even if he can just kill this pet, that's a constant slow that at least can be removed. And Loco P most likely going to throw a Mortal Coil at the guy, maybe quick summon a pet. Tremor Totem not down just yet. That's going to be a stun. Copy finally able to get himself some damage. Mortal Coil getting trickered out. Static Totem is up. Loco P needs to target the Totem ASAP. Actually unable to get out of it. Does gateway through it though. So it looks like the Avery gets him out with a port right after juking Copy completely. Wolves are still on him. Just kind of sliding to him. Copy isn't giving up on this one, boys. Copy is not giving up. Going to be a pet swap. And Copy no longer have to deal with a succubus, but rather it's going to be the interrupt pet that can remove buffs from Copy. So I guess like Ursula and stuff. Fear, Loco P got himself a big go. Copy's going to take big old Casbolt Soul Rider after. Does have plenty of healing. The Fleshcraft is up and running. It's going to get an interrupt off from Fleshcraft. Hex onto Loco P. It looks like Copy's actually in a good spot where Bonzafell shouldn't trigger. Loco P dropping down. Big old Infernal Casbolt flying. Copy looking for that line of sight. Does get a wall rolling. It's going to be Earth Shield up and running as well. Mortal Coil walking him away from the wall. Cataclysm is going to connect with that Casbolt, and down the boy goes. That was just super unfortunate. Mortal Coil running him the hell out of there, man. That was just kind of upsetting. Is Houston next? I guess Houston is next. Houston being kind of out in the open and not starting in the starting area is a little bit weird. Not gonna lie. I'm not really sure what this goofball is doing. Also, is this guy wearing like the gear from 9.1? Like the Domination Sockets gear? I mean, I guess, right? If you don't really have any PvP sets, that is 226. And they do have Versa. I think Hates Versa and Master Versa on one of them. Which at least has versatility of some sort, right? Houston, though, looking for a bit of a reset himself. Try to back the hell out. Might be able to wait out the Soul Rod as well as the Immolation to maybe get a reset. Doesn't have it as easy as Rogues do with resets. Big old leap towards Loco P. Mortal Coil again and sat down with the Fear right after. Barkskin is up for Houston. Does Loco P go for the big go? He's trying to go for a bit of a setup. Shadow Mill getting used for Houston as he takes a bit of damage himself. Houston better be very, very careful with the wall whenever he uses it. Bear from Flesh Cut to get himself the most amount of healing as possible. Leaping on top of LocoP, trying to make the damage happen. We're out of the 8-minute mark, and the 20% dampening, so the healing is going to be reduced quite heavily. Bonzafell get a drop down, and Houston is going to have to walk into it. Did he just take damage, or did he just re-stealth from it? Did he just stealth out the Bonzafell? Does that actually break it? That's actually kind of nuts if that breaks it. Going to be an opener to LocoP, finally able to get the opener. That's going to be full. Bleeds up and running for Houston. Does he go for the full setup? Got himself the swarm up and running. LocoP is actually taking quite a bit of bleed damage from him. Throwing down whatever dots he can on back to Houston. Actually trying to see if he can reverse that dot damage of his own. Biggest stick has flying. Houston in bear form. Trying to see if he can maintain himself. Shadow Fury does miss. The dots do connect with Houston. Has a slime shield absorbing a lot of that dot damage. And LocoP swings around the corner to hit him with at least one more conflagrate. Integral roots up, does not get interrupted. Gonna be maybe low on health. Houston is in a bad spot, does go for a wall. Kevin Slime does join the fight, and that's gonna give him a small shield. Get himself a regrowth or two. And needs to get the dots back set up onto LocoP. That's gonna be Tiger's Fury with a short maim, short ward to follow. Kind of out of defensive options. If LocoP has any chaos bolts ready, he might be in a good spot. Big chaos bolt getting set up. Bonza fell right after, but it's going to take a lot of damage while in that bear from dude. Whatever it is, the cast is going to go no more to coil. Does create some line of sight for a second, but LocoP does see him. So far for Houston, he's been a bit of a hind paw. Let's say, since he's the druid. Not in a bad spot at all. But it's actually kind of okay, man. Actually kind of okay. Bash onto LocoP, try to get the big dots onto the LocoP Copium. Full Frail Frenzy up and running. The dots are coursing. And LocoP is taking quite a significant amount of damage right now. He should be okay for a bit. He is recovering quite a lot though. Wait, he actually recovered all that dot damage. Wait, he's actually just healing. At 31% dampening. There's gotta be a soul bind that I'm not aware of, where he's just healing for a ton, isn't he? There's gotta be something. I'm not sure what it is. He's trying to see if he can chase him. You just gotta go swing ahead of him. Oh, there he goes. Another big setup for dots, trying to get the full dot setup, and that's gonna be LocoP go for a big old port. Not taking the biggest dot damage with him, but he's actually okay for now. Trying to see if he can turn to the slime and drain it. I don't think the slime would be super strong for Houston since it is a short CD for the ability. But it's not a bad CD of ability overall. Another opener. Another go. Going to be a no trinket for LocoP. Trinket actually for Houston. Did he shadow meld the fear for a second? Tracker's Frenzy is up. Is going to have the full burst up and running versus Houston. LocoP taking quite a bit of damage though. And Houston tried to see if he could bow out while all these pets are on him. Might just end up kind of bleeding out LocoP Copium if possible. Trying to maintain the dots the best they can. LocoP trying to turn some of the dot damage around on him. Recovering a lot of health. What is the soulbind he's running? There's got to be like something that has to do with healing. Big interrupter to Houston. Popping in a bear from Flesh Cup might be the only thing that saves him right now. As LocoP is just continuing to put on pressure on the boy. Barely any health available at all. He needs an emergency heal right now. Frenzy Regen will be wonderful at this point. Is going to get some Frenzy Regen. Actually massive healing. Get him more regrowths up and running. As long as there's no pets to interrupt him, be okay. Still holding on to the Fleshcraft too. That's a pretty big shield for him. Big Chaos Bolt getting set up by LocoP. One Chaos Bolt and a Shadow Fury. Maybe another Chaos Bolt. I think that actually could maybe be the answer. Houston, is that enough? That does take him out with that Chaos Bolt. Oh my goodness, dude. That's going to be immediate curse slow onto Chicago. Just trying to take the momentum from one player into the next. You know what I mean? Let's see if Chicago is able to do something here. Chicago is playing the normal Ascendance build. I wonder if they're playing the Elemental Wolves, or if they're playing maybe the Doom Winds Legendary, or maybe just like a more self-heal Lego. Also, your shield, Earth Shield, Lightning Shield. It's hard to tell what kind of shield he's trying to run for. Going to be a grounding totem for that Mortical, and I think I actually took a couple of conflags as well. So that grounding totem actually absorbed quite a few spells. LocoP does have the backup just to bail out of there, to support out of there. And Chicago trying to see if he can maybe reconnect with the Warlock. Got himself a slow totem in case LocoP is going to run around slow. Trying to see if he can veer away from the Shadow Fury, but the Cataclysm is still going to clip him. And the Curse of Exhaustion going to slow him down quite a bit. Chicago trying to avoid whatever bonds of fell, the stuns around the corner, Morticals as much as possible. It's going to get interrupted on the fear. from Loco P. Does have fire damage to keep throwing. Chicago finally able to connect with Loco P for a second just to get some Maelstrom rolling. But as he goes for a big old gateway, he is going to have to back up himself. It's so difficult to just get to Loco P, man. It just creates such a massive, massive distance between the two. And Elvis has the mobility. Well, it's like it has a portal at this point, right? No, it looks like he's going to walk away from the portal if possible. Going to be a tremor down for Chicago, but does have to get the tremor eliminated. Going to be a stun totem. Doesn't quite clip Loco P Copium. Got to lock out Chicago on that. Flash Scout did get himself a little bit of a shield at least. Man, that Fellhound is actually going to be so bad for Chicago, just stripping him off of buffs constantly. I'm still not sure what shield Chicago is running. Is that supposed, like, is it supposed to be a lightning shield, elemental shield? Because I think if he had Ellie shield, lightning shield, he might be getting him Maelstrom procs. Inferno with a Cataclysm around the corner, try to see if he can get himself binds. Isn't able to. Chicago is under lots of pressure. Actually does get interrupted, I think, on nature. Super unfortunate, putting lots of pressure on the boy as Loco P just turned up the heat, just rotating even more cooldowns together. Chicago trying to avoid these pets as best as possible. Add the high deputy we have of 56%. It is quite rough. Mortar coil. I think Loco P just has him with instants. Actually just takes him down with instants at the end, dude. The Shadow Viewers and conflict rates. That is so rough, dude. The guy does absolutely unholy damage. Who on the team got 21 damage? Is it me, or did somebody on the team actually just got 21 damage? Huh? That's crazy. Who was that? I thought I saw something, dude. That's what always goes crazy in PvP and mid-X pack. They also did get a lot of new Onyx on someone at AK. They got some really nutty ones. Like base, better damage for Chaos Bolts. Binds, dude. Binds of Fel, so then you can really go anywhere. Constant mobility and ports and Night Fae does give you lots and lots of movement, so it's really hard to close the gap. But also, like, area denial is actually pretty massive. You can just stun you around the corner with a Cataclysm around the corner. Binds of Fel, walk up to you, Mortar Coil you to walk you out of Binds of Fel. It's actually huge. Actually, just massive amount of damage. It's really difficult to fight against. They did nerf Binds of Fel just a little bit, but I mean, in a 1v1 situation, I think it might be one of those, like, rough spots. But in a 2v2 3v3 arena, we have another partner to help you. I think it might not be the worst. Song, I forgot. I could just think of the mix. Ready? Alright, that sounds good. Yo, Night King Chicago, let me know if you guys are ready. 5v5 Alley, perfect. Is Night King gone? Like the new Shadowlands Warlock gear? Yeah, it looks good. It's not really the Warlock gear, it's the Covenant gear. He can't even DPS. Wow, it's so weird. There we go. The swag of the slog, dude. He's just bailing away from people, man. Just buzz out of there. The swag of the slog is 2 buttons. Oh no. Oh no. What's up, Chad? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Yeah, how's the full mix we're playing? You see one more? Sounds good, boys. That ability to stay full life. Yeah, I do wonder what he's using for soul binds for like Night Fae. Because it seems like he's doing a lot of healing. I wonder if there's something that's healing him a ton. I think it's something with Naya, isn't it? Hold on. Is that something we can check? Because I'm pretty sure he's playing Naya Soulbind, right? There's no way he isn't. Or maybe he is not playing Naya. I actually would be kind of surprised. Let me see if I can find tools. Give me a couple of minutes to get a replacement for chill. Sounds good, my guy. We can wait. We can wait. Let me see if I can find the boys. So we can actually see the PTR stuff, right? Tools, Soulbind Calculator. We can see the PTR version, like the expanded one. So we need the Night Fae. So what do you get towards the tail end? When you fall below 0% health, you gain 20% of your health over 10 seconds. Has that ever happened for him? That seems like a cheat death. That's kind of crazy. Gain movement speed, mental curve over 10 seconds. Gaining a second random from the Grove in rear should heals up to 5 nearby allies for 2% of their health up to a maximum of 2,000 health. If any of the affected allies are of another covenant... Wait, so he just random procs of this? So this could happen when you use abilities, but every time you use your... Is he just healing himself with bonded hearts? They actually can heal himself for 2% of their health up to a maximum of 2,000 health. That's actually kind of nuts. Wait, that's actually kind of strong. Is that what's going on? Because I'm pretty sure he's playing, like, I would say this build maybe. I think he's playing Potency Conduit here. I don't think he's playing healing spells and abilities. And I don't think he's playing Burrs either. I don't think he's playing Burrs. So I think he might actually be playing this instead. Bonded Hearts, Survivor's Rally. Oh, he did have Survivor's Rally help him a bit. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so this is healing. Soul Leech is a lot of it. So Soul Leech is still pretty good. Bonded Hearts is not as much as I thought it would. So that's out of the picture. Yeah, Bonded Hearts is not good. So Survivor's Rally, apparently that worked for you. Is it actually like when you're basically dead, it gives you health? That's interesting. We're gonna go for LG Chicago? Perfect, perfect. Yeah. Athman's trying to see if you can make a group. Yeah, so actually we have the tooltip. Heals Dala PNG. So that did do a bit of healing. Probably like good emergency heals, huh? Works under 50% HP. Oh, so when you dive under 50% HP? So apparently this is when you dive under 50% HP, it gives a 20% heal. That's actually pretty strong on a minute. I mean, a lot of it is still Soul Leech, just baseline. That's crazy. That's actually kind of nuts. Yo, that's actually kind of unique, kind of neat. Is Night Fae gonna be the go-to? How the hell? Why the hell did they? Okay, Night Fae. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Night Fae like the strongest covenant for all DPS? Basically. Why the hell did they give Night Fae 1 minute CD on like basic Feral Frenzy? What? That seems really strong. When you drop below 50% health, heal for 20% of your health every 1 minute. Huh? That seems like a lot. What's about open for lights? Awesome. After we get a group up and running, boys. Do you just go and play, or is there a comment to sign up? Nope. All you have to do is go to play versus player, bring a group, custom PvP, find a group, tab number 5 in the filter, enter, or actually just look for a random group and look for a 5-5-1 group. We got a couple of groups available on Alliance. Chicago and Athman are trying to get a group together on Alliance because I'm looking to join them. Yeah, you guys are trying to sign up on NA realms or EU realms. We're doing these on PTR today, man. We're doing these on PTR today, boys. One day I'll achieve the one shot one day. Yo, see what? Just be like, yo, team, could I just go first? I'm trying to make a clip, dude, for Dal. I'm sure they'll let you. I'm sure they will actually let you, dude. Just tell them, dude, I'm trying to make a meme one shot. Can I please go first? I kind of need to do that in order to make it happen. I believe in you, Seawork. I believe in the cleave. Dude, Nightfall Lego feels kind of crazy and ridiculous. Really, Nightfall Legendary. The Convoke one, yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's actually really strong. Told me go first last game, but the Pharaoh was first. So I said no. Fair enough. Fair enough. I can't blame you for one until you get a proper good lineup for yourself. Yeah, because if you play against a class that hard counters you, it's going to be really tough to do. Blizzard wanted everyone running around as Witcher Quinn Simps, maybe. Maybe Nazul. We got a 5 with Chicago. Is Athman going to be able to get a group together? Athman is really trying to take over for a Night Kings group, so I want to give him like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, 60 seconds. Just to see if we can get a group together, because Chicago and Alex played each other. Okay, cool. Well, let's go Athman and let's go Alex. And then we'll get Athman, Alex, and Chicago against one another. How does that sound, boys? And then we'll do YouTube. I don't know which one is PTR. It's like a whole different director of the game. Like, this probably will help you out better. Like if you go to like Battle.net and you go click game version, you have the live, you have classic, and then you have PTR. If you don't have PTR, we have a Discord pin on how to get PTR to your account. All you have to do is add it, close down Battle.net, open Battle.net, download it. It won't take too long because you can copy the files from your WoW retail to PTR, which speeds up the download process significantly. How's Demon Hunter? That actually looked pretty good. Like from the testing we did yesterday with the devs and BG, they're actually kind of tankier. They do a bit of damn, and they're actually kind of tanky. Now that, like, especially when they push blur, they actually can take a few hits. They're actually getting a little better. You know what I mean? I actually think they're pretty good. All right, go again. Go again, go again, go again, go again, go again, go, 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 go. Do, 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 do. I gotta add more songs to the Duels mix. What? Is that someone cute? Someone cute? It said somebody queued for this already. I guess we could try again. Let's go again. Can you make max level PTR characters like the old days? I don't think so. No, I think you can only copy your character. I think this should allow you to make like a max level character and like fully geared in PvE or PvP gear for testing. But I think they had a problem with that back in like older expansions where people wouldn't actually subscribe to WoW. They would just go and play in PTR and just play as max level characters. Like people would actually legitimately level on PTR and level in World of Warcraft. So they were like, wait, we kind of want you guys to test stuff, not like actually play the game. Try again? Okay. We'll just leave queue. And we'll go again. On 5v5? We'll get your 5v5s. Here we go. Yeah, because it was quite a significant amount of people actually like just leveling in PTR. Like they would just make like a level 1 character and just start leveling in the game. And it's like, guys, we want you to like test the new class updates. It's like, I guess like when Shadowlands was a thing, right? When in alpha and beta, they were like, please make sure all the quests work. But like when it's PTR for the new patch, like they want people to test the new story stuff, the new class changes, new legendaries, all that stuff. And Bobby decided, you know what? I'm just gonna go make a level 1 and roam around Azeroth, or make it like a max level character and just queue for some battlegrounds and skirmishes. When Blizzard was like, please test the new zones, and like, I just want to play Retribution Paladin full PvP gear and get some skirms. And it's like, Paladins haven't got changes, please go do something else. Please test out new content. So I think they removed it. I think still you can make a level 1 character, but yeah, I don't know. It would be nice so then you didn't have to level all those alts, because I have to level 1 of everywhere else, which has the Covenant stuff, but it'd be nice if you could just make a boosted character, just has Covenant and legendary stuff. So Twitch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Broad Gorge, Christina, we got ourselves Loco P, we got ourselves, oh my god, who it is, as well as Archeorc versus Team 2 together with Atherman, we got ourselves Daedra, we got ourselves Kiss God, we have Wargren, as well as Advoy. Quite a lot of boys in here, and Atherwoman. Gonna be first up as a Necrolord, big setup. The mage veering back and forth, trying to see if you can maybe... I think they're trying to go for a bit of an honor duel with one another. Aww. Ain't that cute? But the battle begins. Can't be all lovey-dovey in the battle. There's gonna be adaptation immediately for Atherman though. Touch your magic getting set up for OMG who this. That's going to be Shackle for the mage. Actually letting the Shackle last for quite a while into Ather, building up quite a bit of necrotics too. That's actually quite a decent setup. It's going to be big damage back to the mage though, trying to go for a knockback Arcana Sphere onto Ather. Big hammer getting thrown in. The Unholy Gavel, I think it's called. Whatever the Covenant ability for Paladins as a Necrolord, whatever that is, you never get to see it, dude. But it's basically like a Corrupted Judgment. And it has like a very Corrupted Judgment effect to it, right? But it's like a different type. It'll make your, especially if he's running the legendary, you can Extempus Verdict, give a Divine Storm for free. In fact, it can be 2. You get 2 Divine Storms for free. Big old Touch of the Magic set up for OMG, who's this? Try to go for a big go. That's going to be a big Blaster Zone to Athermon, a big Barrage right after. That's going to be a massive Touch of the Magic slamming down, but the healing from the Paladin is back up and in line. All the time is out for OMG. And it looks like he's actually going to cancel zone all the time just to get himself a big old Arcana Sphere versus Atherwoman. Big old hit, actually. Big barrage to follow, potentially. Got himself a bit of a shield. There's a lot of damage all in once for the mage. Trying to maintain the barrages and do as much damage as he can. That's a good setup, too. Playing that vent here. Got himself the extra haste bar from Nadia. Also does have the port where he can go for like a big old port with Nadia with a Disorian most likely. Atherwoman setting up for some big damage themselves little by little. Waddling over to OMG, who's this? Is going to be a poly into immediate trinket. I think that was adaptation trinket. Big old gavel thrown at OMG, who's this? Big proc available for Ather. Almost burning through that full shield. Setting up the full Mirrors of Torment of the Atherwoman. Spells and auto attacks are going to trigger all these mirrors. And eventually these mirrors are going to do a ton of damage. Touch the magic and set up onto Atherwoman. Maybe lots of damage at the end. Actually quite a significant amount of damage, but he also got some bit of a bite back at the mage as well. Locking him out on Holy, trying to make those missiles work. But a Fleshcraft is going to stop a lot of the barrage damage. OMG this has plenty of mana. Those missiles are quite expensive to cast. but he's trying to maintain himself mana-wise as best as he can. Trying to see if he can door out of that. Trinket is used for the Hammer of Justice. All the time is used for the Paladin Dami. That was a full wreck available and everything. The Wreck Storm, dude. As OMG is looking for a bit of maybe a repositional with Door of Shadows. Guys get himself a bit of repositional with a slow onto Aetherwoman. Mage has plenty of mobility, just like a Warlock, but at least it's not the worst matchup for Aetherwoman. At least it's not a Warlock who just hit you around the corner with Cataclysms. That's full stuns. Probably gonna throw in that Aetherwoman does have adaptation from proc in here. Gonna be a bit of a setup for OMG, who's this, with an Arcane Blast and missiles flying, maybe a barrage at the end of it all. Trying to make the biggest damage happen, knock back into Aetherwoman, trying to keep him at bay as best as possible. Tempo is up for the Mage, does have the mobility. Looks like he's playing Shimmer though. Is it Shimmer? I think he is proper Shimmer. I think he might be. Otherwise, that Trinket would be, I mean, Blink would be really, really good against stuns. It's exceptionally good. Trying to see if he maybe can get himself some arcane power rolling. Another poly get it set up. It is going to be full non-DR poly. Mirrors the Torment does give OMG, who is this, a lot of procs, by the way. Big damage with the Arcane missiles, though. Arcane Blast actually did quite a lot. Shackles rolling onto Aetherwoman is going to necrotic a lot of that health, but also do damage over time. And the Mage goes poof. Oh my goodness, I guess it's Shield of Vengeance, maybe with a Templar's Verdict. All of it just came all at once. Actually just made the Mage disappear. Mage just cast Invis and always. Oh god, actually speaking about cast Invis, Archeor just. What is this burst? What just happened? I'm sorry, what just happened? Both of them just blew up. I swear to god, I was paying attention on the screen. My brain couldn't process what just happened. But first first Seamer just had the Shackle, Shield of Vengeance, Templars, and Divine Storm just pow. All at once. And then Archeor just walked up to Aetherwoman and then pa. Oh no, dude. Oh no, that's a lot of damage, man. That's burst. I was so shocked. My goodness. I'll probably get to play and die to a defensive for real. I think he might have hit you with someone else too. I think it was the Templars with the Divine Storm combo, but maybe that was all Shield of Vengeance. You might have been right on that. Yeah, it's a little rough, isn't it? Definitely a little rough. Wargun trying to see if he might be able to get away from Archeor or trying to go for a kites. Freezing traps are going to go through. Is going to trick it out of it, disrupting your man advantage. Might even be an early turtle shell out of Wargun if Archeor can just keep on his trail. Wargun is going to have to deal with the Earth Elemental though, so getting a freezing trap onto Archeor is going to be harder, especially with that Earth Elemental constantly in his face. So setting up a good old freezing trap is going to be pretty rough. Lob and nade super far away at Archeor, dude. Those things just go, dude. He got an arm. That boy got an arm to him. Maybe a freezing trap getting set up here. Nope, we're going to just continue to run. It's going to be a steel trap. Can throw a freezing trap immediately on him. Might be able to maybe get himself a bit of a reset from Earth Elemental. Does get the pet to taunt the Earth Ellie. So he's able to get himself at least a little bit of a manic bandage. We'll see how it works out, man. No, it was SOV. Was it really? That was just all shield? That's actually nuts. I swear to god, I thought it was like extra abilities, but just shield popped on you, and that's, man, that's rough. That shield is more an offensive rather than defensive when you think about it. There's just so much damage, especially if it's just one person. I think it's a little damage when it splits. Gonna be a Sunder's. Worgen is actually kind of behind on health, actually struggling a little bit here. Freezing Trap ready for Archeor, but didn't trust himself for that Freezing Trap to do work. Turtle Shell was used with a Feign Death and a Camo, so he might be able to get himself a reset. Archeor might be able to get himself an eye and potentially get a Flame Shock onto Worgen. If you can just get a Flame Shock on the pet as well, then no Camo can never be used by Worgen. Even getting the pet in a Flame Shock would get the boy out of stealth. But Worgen is given an opportunity to at least recover a little bit of health here. Feign Death for a second. Does he have the Freezing Traps if he needs to? Most likely does. Steel Trap onto Archeor. That's going to be more manic bandages. For Archeor, making sure the Flame Shock is on the pet as well is very important. In case Worgen goes for a full camo. Big move for Worgen, dude. Just try to go for a revive pet. Oh no. Actually, that Venti reposition and get a full pet up and running. That is actually kind of rough. That is actually kind of rough to deal with. But Worgen looks like he got himself in a decent position. He got himself the opportunity to go for some dot and rot with plenty of pillar action. Silence onto Archeor. Quick Feign Death to get himself out of any of the slows. That's going to be another Steel Trap onto Archeor. It's going to go for the Ascendance. Massive damage versus Worgen. but Worgen is just not giving him the line of sight, dude. There's literally no point. And spreading traps all over the place. Freezing trap hits him right as he veers around the corner. Super unfortunate, man. Super unfortunate. Worgen, while at it, recovering quite a bit of health himself. For Argy, I think he's got himself the proper situation where he is the aggressor. Worgen is the one who's trying to peel him off this whole time. With the steel trap and the dots, like Argy, as long as he has something to hit, that Maelstrom is going to be huge. Stun, Worgen potentially walking out, maybe making some damage happen. Going to be tricking out of Archeorg. Could go for some ghost tools versus Worgen as well. Those ghost tools would help with the freezing trap as well. And Archie actually focusing down, taking down the pet. That's going to be a full camo reset for Worgen with a Hunter's Mark onto Archeorg. Having to pick up the eyes yet again. The Hunter is going to go for a couple of resets. I think he'll have to wait until later dampening in order to deal with the damage here. At least for the time being. Try to see if you can just outlive him for now. Archeorg looking to get maybe a bit of a setup around the corner. Shoots Worgen, but the freezing trap hits him yet again, dude. That's super unfortunate. No trinket, and that's gonna just allow Worgen to go for the big kites, man. The Ghost Wolves are finally joining the fight. Gonna do a bit of damage. Scare Beast. Actually, the Wolves turn around and start attacking the pet instead. Archie, I think, is mostly focused on just making sure he takes out the pet for Worgen. And then he wants to maybe put some pressure on him afterwards. Worgen is going to peel the pet back by a hair. Just peel it back a little. The Ghost Wolves are down for the count. Kill shots coming through. Archeorg does get hit with a silencer to the stun right after. Worgen making sure his pet is away from Archeorg as best as he can. While available for this Shaman, got himself plenty of Maelstrom and got himself plenty of a pet to hit. I think the best advice for him is to just keep a Flame Shock on the pet, not completely have it dead. But for Worgen, he's going to have to be reselling the pet multiple times over. But the freezing trap, as long as there's a freezing trap at the Archie, he should be able to get a full resummon either way. Yeah, I think he does need to potentially kill the pet. Did the pet like get ported with Worgen? It looked like he faded out for a second and then that's some weird pet stuff. Big old door. Jesus Christ, the mobility this guy got. Yo, Archie is up for a kite, man. Hope he's a huge fan of kites. Big kites, long kites. Kites that fly super high, because he's getting kited, man. He's getting kited. Sunder onto Worgen with a stun right after. Trinket available as Archie finally got himself some damage rolling. As that's available very, very soon. That's a pretty massive damage with that harvest. With the freezing trap onto Archeorg. Does have a trigger for it. Worgen maybe has a stun for him. No, turtle actually. I think he's just waiting out until the next freezing trap. If only Archeorg can go for a grounding totem off that freezing trap, he'll be in an exceptionally good spot. I think it should line up really well together. I don't know if he's been able to get a full grounding totem on that freezing trap so far, but he's really, really careful. He'll be in a great position if Worgen isn't careful about it. That's a trap setting up for him. Not a freezing trap. Freezing trap right after that one, though. Oh, no. Is desynced a little. Is desynced just a little. Worgen does have an Earth Elemental beating up on him, so if anything, it won't let him get a full reset. But it will keep him in combat. Big Sunder as Worgen trying to see if he can peel out of it. Ascendance available for Archie. One wind strike does a ton of damage there. And most likely going to be a freezing trap waiting for him around the corner. Does he grounding totem it? Does he chance it? He just can't really tell if there's a trap waiting for him around the corner. I think Worgen does freeze the pet though. So that's perfect for Archie. He walk by Worgen though. No! He needs to go so and juke his way over there. The Earth Elemental needs to get in combat. No, got the pet in with a Flame Shock. That's exactly what he needed. Worgen unable to get himself a full re-heal. That's freezing trap is going to be waiting for him. Most likely freezing trap. Why he's in this? Nope. Looks like Worgen is actually just going to go for full mobility. Getting the hell out of there. No freezing trap waiting for Archie, I don't think. It's going to get him some Door of Shadows as well. Making sure to keep Flame Shock on the pets, so no camo. Freezing trap is definitely going to come into play. Freezing Trap is definitely going to come into play. He just needs to be careful when he drops a grounding totem. Feign Death for a second. Could be Freezing Trap here. Sunder onto Worgen. Stun. And most likely going to be a Freezing Trap right after this, isn't it? 100%, dude. There's no way there isn't. Worgen has not used it so far. Just a silence and a slow onto Archie. Is there a Flame Shock on Worgen? He needs to get a Flame Shock on the guy. Definitely Freezing Trap around the corner. Did he ground it? No, he used grounding somewhere else. Does Worgen get the full camo? Got himself acceleration. As 46% dampening is quite low amount of healing. Or he just has him on the ropes just a bit. He just needs to get an inch. He just needs to grab that extra inch and pull. That's all he's got to do. Grounding totem is available. If he can just time that freezing trap and a grounding totem perfectly, he'll be in a great spot. Worgen has no health. Freezing trap, 100%. Grounding. He trinket it. It's fine. The boy made it. No grounding for that one, but at least he had a trinket for that one. So he's A-okay. Actually A-okay. Kisgod is going to be up next, giving Archework a little bit of an opportunity to get himself a bit of a recovery, regen, so he can go and have himself a hell of a play. GG, dude. That was a rough one. That was a rough one. Seraphim up and running for Kisgod. Not able to get stunned by Totem for Archie. Full damage for Kisgod and does take him down. Full Seraphim, wreck, bomb, everything, dude. Just dropping it all down on the boy. Blood Gorge is up next. This is an Holy DK versus Kisgod, who just popped a lot of his cooldowns offensively. Blood Gorge and Holy should be able to do quite a lot here, actually. Hopefully. Maybe. Potentially. Probably. Possibly. Kisgod, Shield of End is popping really early on. Big blind on Blood Gorge as well as majority of those pets. The Army of the Dead does just jump to Kisgod, trying to make the damage happen. He's actually turning attention on the army. I don't think he has enough damage to actually kill any of those pets. Big stone from the main pets into a slow from the Chain of Ice. Abominations looking to get a couple chunks of flesh from Kisgod, but looks like he might not be able to. Does disappear. Full grippy hand available for Blood Gorge and a bubble available for Kisgod. Blood Gorge does hold on to IBF, AMS, AMZ. Most likely Lichborn with Death Coils is going to sacrifice his main pet into a Flesh Scout, just trying to get himself as much self-heal as possible. He's going to resummon his pet ASAP though. Is going to get that resummon. There he goes. Kisgod, better be careful, especially with those necrotic wounds, because that's going to be Mortal Strike effect for you to deal with, but also any of that healing you do while you're necrotic out is going to just end up healing Blood Gorge. It is 59% dampening, but it's still going to end up healing him quite a bit. And I wonder if Blood Gorge is playing the necrotic wounds. I would imagine he is. Maybe he's also playing the one where Virulent Plague, every time a target is healed while they have Virulent Plague, a portion of the healing goes to Blood Gorge as well, or replica to Blood Gorge. So he could just be a heal god. We know he's playing Spell Warden, as the blue AMS shield does get proc. That's going to be a full bicycle protection for Kisgod, but Blood Gorge just has plenty of dot damage, plenty of shadow damage going through him. Daedra up next is Demonology, playing that Shivara pet. So he's going to get a stun to Blood Gorge immediately. Mortal Coil right after, trying to set up a Decimator Bolt, does get interrupted on it. Could go for Hand Gul'dan, gonna go for Bile Scourge Bombers instead. Anti-Magic Zone protecting Blood Gorge for the time being. But the Felguard is going to do plenty of damage. Let's go to Lichborn trying to get himself Death Coils. Shivara trying to make some damage happen. While Shivara is up, it doesn't do as much damage, I don't think, as a Felguard, but it does allow Daedra more Shadow Flame damage. So any kind of damage, fire, shadow flame, all that should be a lot stronger. Daedra tried to set themselves up some Shadow Bolts. It looks like that's actually doing quite a bit of damage. Blood Gorge is taking less damage from magic, but the physical damage is still full through. Trying to go for a full summon Doggos, but Doggos aren't insta. It does take down Blood Gorge at almost no health. Lockup and Copium up next was Daedra. Still has to burn through Daedra and Advoy. Advoy being destruction, so it's a bit more of an even match between the specs, as Lockup is Destro himself. They're just trying to go for a bit of a flash guy, sending his Shivara around the corner versus Loco P. Could go for the Succubus CC if he wanted to. Gonna be Cataclysm. And Daedra kind of poking out for a second, pulling his pet back. Daedra is playing a playstyle by the looks of it, where he does increase the damage of his pet whenever he does damage, and when his pet does damage, it increases his damage, which is actually not a bad combo with the Shivara build. Although Loco P looking to kill that Shivara ASAP. He's just nuking that thing down. Does Daedra have an insta summon? I think Loco P is going to be his play. Insta summon comes out immediately. Might have to go and nuke down the pet for Loco P Copium. Better be careful of his pet in terms of his health. Shadow Fury from around the corner. Cataclysm literally used Loco P Copium, focusing down on the pet. Literally just trying to kill the Shivara before anything else goes down. Insta casting it, everything. Shadow Burn. There he goes. Daedra's actually out in the open without a paddle. No Shivara to give him the extra damage buffs. Gonna be a Furious trying to get himself a Tyrant up and running. He needs to do something here. Does get an interrupt on a Chaos Bolt. Needs to go for another setup with his pet. Wall has been used. Trying to see if he can summon Shivara. Is gonna advantage the interrupt pet. Trying to summon Shivara. Loco P is waddling towards him. Could maybe see him. Is gonna throw a Mortal Coil at the boy. Daedra does not have a reflect, so he's not much he can really do about it. Try to see if he can create himself good enough line of sight. The pet doesn't interrupt. He might be okay. Does have the Skull Flags going through. It looks like the interrupt goes through somehow. I have no idea how that happened, but it does go through. Actually, unfortunate. He killed him through Fleshcraft? Wait, did you just kill him through Fleshcraft? I don't understand what just happened. Did that flashcraft even do anything? Hello? It's me. Hey Blizzard, it's me. Is flashcraft bugged or something? What just happened? Can you just burn through the flashcraft? Is it like certain spells can just go through it? Weird. It looked like he had a lot of the shield, but then his health is the one that's dropping. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Did you change flashcraft so it absorbs like a portion of the damage instead of full? Is that what that is? Or is that like how it interacts with dampening maybe? Gonna be Advoid trying to see if he can blast the pet of Locopi Copium while keeping his own pet alive. Looks like exactly what's happening. Locopi actually pulling his Chihuahua back, or putting his succubus back, trying to keep it alive while Advoid's pet, main pet, is actually dead. Oh no. He does resummon it. It still has dots on it. Poor guy burning. Poor big old eyeball burning, dude. Poor boy. Destro wasn't buff, right? Blizzard was more. What? Destro wasn't buff. Let Briz bring it back once more. Destro wasn't buffed? You sure? New Audit sounds don't count, I guess? I guess so. Loco P though. Just throwing it around. Gonna be Infernal for Infernal actually. Advoy getting hit with a succubus. You see the Infernal does break it. Loco P using mobility to get the hell out of dodge. While Advoy going for a banish on the Infernal instead. Try to see if he can waddle towards Locopi Copium. Mortal Coil getting thrown out. Does it reflect, but couldn't reflect early enough. That's going to be a banish interrupted. Casball getting set up for Admiral with a wall. Double Casball to follow. Where's the Locopi? Taking lots of damage there. Has a port available. He's going to reset a pet and go for an interrupt pet instead of the succubus. Banish is coming out for both of the pets. Does actually interrupt Advo on his banish. Locopi has reflective his own. Well, Advo is interrupted. Big on flag at the end. Does take him out. Actually, just huge amount of damage there for that boy. Man, just about everybody got to play this game, huh? Awesome, boys. Awesome. Pretty good, pretty good. Good set of games here. Long games, dude. You guys got some of the longest games ever in PTR today. Jesus, boys. Nobody's playing to win. Nobody wants to give up a moment of glory for nobody, dude. Nobody wants to share that stage with anybody else. I can believe that game. That's a fortune C-Mark. Yeah, that was a little rough, huh? I don't know if a Paladin would have been the best matchup, I guess, to go at you. Was everyone having Dimensions chance? Like, dude, it's a good looking Mog, man. It's really good looking. But also the game I heard is really, really good too. But that game is nuts. You know what I mean? I'd be cool if Dalaran Gaming did team versus team, make sure many people would sign up for 3v3 like that. Group Doggo? Team versus team, what do you mean? I'm sure many people would sign up for 3v3 like that. A team versus team. Don't know what you mean. Look be hella good? Yeah, I gotta agree, man. So yeah, no. That Shadowlands popularity did not feel good for sure, huh? Definitely. Should we get Chicago versus Atho? I don't think Chicago and Atho dueled each other yet. Let's do that. Chicago and Atho, man. Here we go, boys. Chicago and your boy Atho, man. Atho boy. Astro boy. Bum, 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 dum, dum. Alrighty, boys. Another want to buy freeze? Yo, want to buy freeze, dude. What's up? Is it not arcane? Oh no. We got an prestige in there. Look at the prestige. Clash works. League of Legends Clash works. I don't know what that is. Like LOL Clash. LOL Clash. What is that? Clash. League of Legends tournament mode for teams. I don't play League, so I guess like wouldn't really know, would I? It's telling me to flip my phone, but like I'm not using a phone. Weird. It just says watch a video, scroll, Clash explained. Can you just it says click here to have us explain it, or click here to watch a video. I clicked on a website, so I can click on a website, so I can click on a website so you can explain it to me. Thanks, Twitch. I was really hoping that we just like explain it right then and there, but okay, that's fine. Team 1 missing 1, but we got ourselves prestige. We got ourselves what to buy deep freeze. as an arcade mage. We got ourselves Chicago as well as Copyfin versus team of Athel Woman. We got ourselves Deja. We got ourselves Kizgod. We got ourselves Wargren and Advoy. It looks like Kizgod is going to be first up. What is first versus him? Oh, Chad is going to be the 5th of that team. It looks like we're going to have a Frost Death that is a Necrolord versus a Retribution Paladin, dude. The Warrior of Undeath and the Lich King versus the Warrior of the Light and all things anime. Is the perfect matchup we could ever see. Stun to Kizgod as Prestige trying to get himself a big setup, trying to go for the big chopper or blitz. Shield of Vengeance up immediately. It looks like Prestige actually bowing out of there as soon as he uses Shield of Vengeance. Actually just bails out of there immediately. Still holding on to his own flesh cut for now. Stun onto Prestige, has a chicken for it. Stuns for the freeze onto Kizgod. Has himself the extra grippy hand available. And then change the animation for that thing. It looks a little. Whoa! Okay, Kizgod. Okay, my dude. Big ol' one shot. I was just looking at the animation. I thought they changed the way the slappy hand works. It looks a little bit less in your face. It looked a little more tame. But apparently Kizgod just stole the show. Say the least. Copyfin gonna be up next is Elemental Shaman. Ooh, interesting. Got himself full lightning lasso. Big lava burst getting thrown at Kizgod. He's playing that Necrolord playstyle, so it should be a pretty good setup with a bunch of lava bursts that he can go, especially if he gets a really good proc. Knocking back Kizgod for a second hand of freedom, keeping the Paladin moving, as well as the pony. But Copyfin should be able to kite him out. He has Frost Shocks on demand. Flesh Cap is available as Kizgod trying to make some damage happen here. And Copyfin looking to get a stun Stormkeeper up and running versus Kizgod. Lava burst set up. Could go for maybe a big go. Stun to Copyfin, trick inside of it. Big setup into Kizgod. Big zaps as well. Lava burst flying with lightning lasso. But looks like it's not enough to take down Kizgod just yet. Seraphim getting loaded up by the Paladin. Could go for a full wreck. Will not have wings with this, but does drop down wreck with a big Tempest verdict. Last verdict. Final verdicts versus Copyfin. The final verdict. The last bit of damage. I keep swapping the wrong person. I'm so sorry, by the way. I don't mean to do that on purpose. Lava Bird's trying to get loaded up for Copy, but Kizgod hides behind the pillow for the time being. Earth Elemental joined the fight, so Copy is looking to use them defensively. Does get interrupted on lava. That's going to be a Hex though. Hex for free for Copy. Could use a Hex in order to catch up a little bit on healing. Kizgod not going anywhere. He's just waiting for that Hex to break. Lightning Lasso used while the Shield of Vengeance is up. So for Kizgod, that's a pretty good use of Shield of Vengeance. Would want that shield to pop next to Copyfin. Might be able to actually do it. Short stone onto Kizgod though by the Earth Elemental. I think some of that shield did hit Copy before getting split between the Elemental and him. Big damage out of Kizgod, trying to make the biggest damage happen. Copyfin does burn the Earth Elemental wall. Big blind to Copy. Still Earth Elemental wall rolling for a bit. Does give him 20% more extra healing. Final verdict coming in. Big damage to the Copy is going to land that Hex off of the in cap on Kizgod. Does DR each other, I think. That's a double in cap. Incapacitation effect. Does have himself some movement speed. Movement while casting some spells, trying to get a lava burst around the corner with Spirit Walker's Grace, but looks like Kizgod isn't going to allow for that. Kizgod got to wait for some cooldowns for a bit. Still holding to bubble as well as busting protection. Copyfin just needs to get himself like the perfect setup, and he'll be in a great spot. Fire Elemental available very, very soon. If you can go for like a big lava burst RNG prog with the double zaps and a lightning lasso to force the bubble, he'll be in a great position. But we'll see how it works out. No dampening just yet for about another minute, boys. Fire Elemental joining the fight. Copy just taking big hits from Kizgod randomly with those final verdicts, but he's AFK for now. Just waiting until big setup here from Copy or Kizgod. Kizgod actually getting quite a few judgments there. Lots of procs. Does get interrupted on nature onto Copy. Trying to see if he can capitalize on damage, but the flash cap is going to keep him rolling, as well as the wall for Copyfin to reduce the amount of damage he's taken overall. Wall down, flush cup down. Try to see if he can get maybe a Hex out of Kizgod. Maybe a perfect opportunity for Copyfin to get himself a bit of a setup. Try to get a slow into Kizgod. Is looking for some line of sight. It looks like Copyfin letting out a bunch of lava bursts. Apparently not enough to bust out Shield of Vengeance for Kizgod. At least not initially. But it was quite a bit of damage. Quite a lot of lava bursts getting sent. So it was really good for him. Big lightning lasso chicken for Kizgod. And Copyfin is a bit on the ropes. Has a knockback for Kiz with a Hand of Freedom up immediately as soon as the knockback happens. Trying to see if he can land a Hex. Juked the interrupt for Kizgod. That's going to be a full setup. Unless Kizgod wants to bubble this, which looks like he's not going to. No point of doing it just yet. Big setup getting set up for Copyfin. Big Zabs, big Lava Burst setting up. Does he have any big gold? That's going to be a bubble out of Kiss God. Wings available. Try to see if he can all-in Copy. Big wreck up and running. Massive final verdicts as Copy survives this next go. Blind. And Kiss God might just be able to take him out. Lava Burst, no! I actually thought Kiss God might have something for it. Oh my god. That was insane. I actually started getting choked up and I tried so hard not to cough in the mic, boys. Oh my god. But Coffee actually lived it. I'm actually so surprised. I didn't think that Lightning Last at the end was going to be it. Lightning Last, I was like, wait. It's like, wait, that's it? Wait, actually it's over? That's crazy. Actually insane. But that's going to be Kiss God down for the count. Copyfin coming out on top is an Elemental Shaman. I guess I shouldn't have expected anything more. Elemental Shaman's not nutty. That's kind of crazy. Daedra up next versus Copy. Gonna be Copy dropping down a big earthquake down though. Just drop the thing on the ground. Lava Burst getting set up versus one of the Succubi. Daedra is playing the Shadow build, so he's trying to make the Succubus build work. Call Dreadstalkers. Is that Dreadstalkers gonna be the debuff of Dreadstalkers? Like, do those Dreadstalkers make Copyfin take more Shadow Flame damage? Bosscourge Bombers around the corner, doesn't drop Copy, actually walks out of Bosscourge Bombers. It's probably the good way to go about it. Gonna be a Tyrant, going for a couple different casts in there to Copy. Shadow Bolts are back to back. And Copyfin looking to get a Hex on Daedra. Still trying to get a Hex. Does he get to? He does. Daedra could go for a Trinket. Stormkeeper is getting set up. And then trying to see if he might be able to waddle away from Copy. Could go for a big old go with a port if he wanted to. Big zaps on Daedra, still has the Flesh Count holding up. Get interrupted on Demonology cast, so he's actually going to bow out of there for a second. Summoning Vile Pets continue to get pets up and running. This is going to be a Fire Elemental to give him some drain life, so he should be okay for now. Gonna summon the full pets. He's not going for the instant summon Fell Puppies. He's just going for full Dreadstalker summon. Just a full the big go. Mortal again and sent. And I wonder if those Dreadstalkers... No, okay, they don't. I was going to say maybe if the Dreadstalkers have like the From the Shadows bite. When they charge in that bite to put a Devo. But he is running Valfian, so that will be on the same row. And he's running Bioscourge Bombers, which you don't really see a lot of Demonology Warlocks nowadays run. Trying to maintain the Shavara as best as he can. He needs to keep that Shavara alive as best as possible. Copyfin having to deal with Bioscourge Bombers could walk out of them. Or just take the damage. They do quite a bit of damage. Those things do actually end up doing quite a bit of damage. Valfian getting used as Copy, trying to get himself some Maelstrom behind the pillar. Still continuing to send the Shavara, and again, better be really careful of that Shavara. You don't want to lose it. Valfian around the corner, Copyfin getting kind of pincered in by one of those demons with a Mortal Call. Trinkets out of it immediately. Fear thrown out onto Copy, does have a tremor for it, pre-tremors it. And Daedra is going to bow out of there. Earth Elemental joining the fight. Going to be another Shavara trying to load up for Daedra. He's going to have to use the wall here. Fear onto Copy, trying to see if he can fear him. Looks like he is unable to. Flash Cut getting used, does get interrupted on it. And Daedra is going to have to resummon another Shavara. He needs one. Otherwise, he's losing out on the full Honor talent and the extra damage that he can put out. He's actually going to go for a Tyrant instead. With the Shadow Fury, he's going to get interrupted on Shadow. Could actually go for a Summon Shavara, I think, at this point. And I think it won't be interrupted unless Copy has a stump for him or something. Called Dreadstalker. Just at least continue to try to get some pets up and running. And Copy is taking a bit of damage from all these pets. It's not his main pets getting used, but he is taking quite a significant amount from all those pets. I think Daedra is maybe waiting for a Fell Domination, where you can maybe summon a full Instacast Shavara after a little bit of time. So he's just trying to wait it out for a bit. Try to see if he can get another Fear onto Copy. Copy is just denying him any kind of cast, any kind of summons or anything. It's going to be maybe a Tremor here. Doesn't pre-tremor this Fear. Daedra would be perfect for him to be able to get a full Shavara off of the Tremor. Off the Fear. Is continuing to summon more pets, but needs the Shavara. Is going to quick summon a Rathguard instead. So if he is playing the Succubus build, that he's actually losing out on the Shadow Flame damage from the Honor talent, but at least he has a stun and an interrupt. But Copy does Lightning Lasso him down as soon as he took out the Shavara of the game to put Daedra on the back foot. It was really hard to recover. I think you got to be really careful with that Shavara, or if you are going to play Shavara build, you got to have the biggest all-in go ASAP as soon as you can. Because while the Shavara is up, it doesn't really live long, but you're also going to do quite a bit of damage with it. So might as well make it a big all-in. Wargun looks like he's going to be up next as a Survival Hunter versus Copy. Try to see if you can tag him with some of the dots. Let's copy trying to get himself a bit of a reset here. 10 minutes into this duel, 31% dampener. So far, Copy is holding his own for his team 1. And that's quite a bit of damage from Wargren though. Those dodges, the grenades, the kill shots, they're doing quite a bit. That's going to be slow with a silence into a damage / healing reduction poison for Copy. More kill shots around the corner. That's a wall for that one though. Trying to see if he can set up a Stormkeeper. I don't think he was able to get a full Stormkeeper. No, he wasn't. Just throwing Lava Burst to the pet while he can. Copy is a little bit behind though. Wargren is having to go around the pillar. At some point he'll need to push up to maybe get interrupted Copy, and maybe that's what Copy is hoping for. Once Wargren pushes up, he can maybe hit him with a light lasso, big old Lava Burst, Primordial Bowl, big old zaps right after. And that's exactly what Wargren does not want to do. Doesn't want to be out in the open to deal with it at all. He'd rather be line of sighting and just putting dots, putting whatever range damage he can into Copy, throwing eagles around the corner. I think a Kieran would be even a better setup, but he's trying out Venthyr, which is really, really strong. That kill shot could do quite a lot, especially with some of the later soul binds. Ventyr's actually looking really, really good with the mobility as well. He's going to be stunned to Copy. Wargren not really committing a huge amount of damage, just trying to see if he can reposition behind the pillar. But he's not really going in for them Raptor strikes. As a Primordial Bolt set up, Copy could go for a big go. Silence does hit him. Would have been a bad spot. It looks like maybe the battle match streak ran out at the worst moment as the silence came in. And Wargren was able to whittle him out. That's, I think, essentially is what Wargren is playing for, is the dot and rod gameplay of the Survival Hunter, which has a lot of like melee elements to it, but the dot and rod seems like the best way of going about it. Deep Freeze, dude, is going to be up next. Got the Necrolord burst set up. I wonder what covenant he is though. Or at least he got the Necrolord look for his character. He's playing Arcane, but I wonder what covenant. Maybe Venthyr? Probably Venthyr? Fleshcraft, so he is a Necrolord. Because right now you technically can wear the Mogs of other covenants, even if you're not part of that covenant. Like the like this is a Necrolord outfit, but you don't have to be a Necrolord right now to be able to use it. Freeze onto Wargren, who's actually going to disengage out of it. Trying to see if he can Deathborn versus Wargren, and it's going to start turning the attention onto the pet. I think he wants Wargren out in the open. Actually, just going to blast the pet the hell out of there. And Geoffrey just needs to get himself a nice setup with Wargren. Does kill the pet. It's going to be Turtle Shell with a quick pet revive as Deep Freeze is still roaming. He has the Arcane Barrages available. Does say 50% more damage. Temporal is up. Trying to see if he can make some Arcane Missiles happen. Versus Wargren. Knocking him back with a Poly. Almost getting the Poly. Wargren does trick it out of the Haymaker. Silence on the Deep Freeze. That's going to be a damage / healing reduction for a little bit. Trying to see if he can alter time this into a Freezing Trap. I think the Freezing Trap, he's still going to alter time. Still going to be frozen though, I believe. Oh no, he actually just cleaned out his alter time. So he couldn't even do that. Super unfortunate. But willing to buy Deep Freeze, roaming around the corner, does have Invis, has a massive Invis too if he wants to. He knows that the Hunter is somewhere in stealth. Actually does get to find him with the Serpent Sting. Going to be an Ice Bug for Deep Freeze, his hand poking out of the Freezing Trap. Or the Ice Bug for just a hair. Sounds like he was looking for a high five or like a begging for something. You can go check his fingers while he's sitting in freeze. Big old setup to Wargren. Does he get the big go here? Trying to go for a big one shot. Does he get to feint death real quick? Does it Magi? Massive burst out of went to buy Deep Freeze. Got to do his one shot all in. Finally got to make the play. Didn't get to do it with the biggest burst with the Necrolord Covenant ability, which does increase your damage by 15%, your spell damage by 15. So it would have been yet another layer with a Arcane Power, your Legendary, which I think is a Barrage Lego, Touch of the Magi on top of that, full Arcana Sphere, Rune of Power on top of it. Like that would have been a really good go. Would have been a really big burst. Advoid dropping down the big Infernal onto Deep Freeze. And the Mage's gonna have to be a little bit careful. Trying to go for Instant Cast Blast. Gonna be locking him out on Chaos Bolt. Trying to see if he can blink at him. I think he's playing the proper blink right now. I don't think he's playing Shimmer. Nova and Advoid out in the open as well as the pets. It's going to go for Arcana Sphere. Advoid's going to take the damage no matter whether he likes it or not. Takes a little bit of that Arcana Sphere. It does do good damage behind the pillar. Like it'll just go all the way through you. Like prune juice through old people. And it'll hit you pretty hard. It'll hit you where it hurts. Right in the gut. Arcane Blast off of that pet. It looks like Advoid's going to have to pull his main pet back. Have to heal it. Try to funnel it. But it'll be lockout. I think that pet actually might die just from those missiles alone. And there goes the pet. Deep Freeze took a little bit of damage himself. Doesn't really have too much in terms of self-heals. No Ice Block. But he could potentially go for a big setup versus Advoid. And Advo going for a quick resummon with a pet, trying to see if he can Bonza foul deep freeze, but he's nowhere to be found, dude. Invis out of there, trying to go for a bit of food himself. Whatever amount of food he can catch up on, he'll be in a good spot. Going to be a gateway getting set up for Advoy, boarding next to deep freeze, trying to see if he can hit him with come flags. And as long as there's no pet next to deep freeze, he doesn't have to worry about it being interrupted. Big setups happening for Advoy. That's going to be a full go with his Dark Soul instability. Deep freeze does go for the ultra time, unless that ultra time got ripped off, which I think it might have already. I think the ultra time got ripped off so quick. Temple is up, trying to see if he can interrupt the fear from Advoy. Actually, he stole dark. He actually stole his buff. He stole his damage ability. Wait, that's actually crazy. He actually stole Dark Soul instability, the 30% crucial crit. That's actually kind of nuts. Trying to see if he can get some food. Cataclysm isn't going to tag him, but that pet over there is going to interrupt him. Deep freeze needs to go for yet another go, and that's going to be kind of rough. No interrupts, so he does get himself a Fleshcraft. He needs to go for another Arcana Sphere, big burst, touching the Magi, full gameplay. That's all he could really do. But before that happens, Adwood just dropped down a full Chaos Bolt. I think into a Shadow Fury. No, not a Shadow Fury. Cataclysm into a Shadowburn. I'm pretty sure Shadowburn got buffed. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. There was just a lot of damage. Chet tried to go for the biggest damage possible, looking like a Crusader from Classic, dude. Straight up looking like a Crusader from Classic. Advoy with the Draenor live, just trying to keep him at bay, though. Way out yonder. With a Fear, Spam, and Drain Light. Trying to see if he can set up a Decimating Bolt with some Incinerates, which actually did quite a bit of damage as a Necrolord Mage. I mean, Necrolord Warlock. Mortal call into Chet, as Chet is just continuing to slam the big damage into Advoy. Trying to see if he can create some light inside. Big Caseboy get a setup, does have a trinket for it. Said, you know what, if I take the trinket damage, I'm probably going to take too much damage. Turn evil on the pet, try to see if he can reconnect with the Warlock ASAP. Big judgments getting thrown. Casebolt getting set up. Chet is not in an amazing situation right now. Double Casebolt. Shield of Vengeance is going to burn through. All he has is Bubble. Might have to go for a Bubble really early. We are at 74% dampening. Damn, these duels have been really long. 74% dampener, boys. That's going to be a bubble for Chet, as he's just not feeling super confident in his survivability. Trying to make those final verdicts through the slap. Advoy. Chet has no health at all, though. With a Battle Master Trinket keeping him afloat. As soon as that bubble fell off, he's just open. He's just in the open field. Chicago trinketed out of that Infernal Stun immediately, trying to see if he can lock down Advoy. I think he did hit him with a Sunder, but the Mortal Call was already mid-air. So that was an interesting exchange. Advoy had no health at all, though. Athwoman is the only one left of that team. Besides Adwood, Chicago just started to see if he can charge in, make the most damage happen out of here. This is going to purge the buff from Adwood, not give him Dark Soul stability at all. A little bit of lack of Chicago's then. He's going to eat a Chaos Bolt. That's going to be Adwood trying to get himself a bit of a Fleshcraft at 79% dampening. Dude, you ain't getting any heals. Chicago trying to get himself whatever heal he can, generational rolling, whatever heal you can get right now is the best you're going to get. It's going to be Chaos Bolt getting thrown out by Adwood. Double Chaos Bolt. Is that Chaos Bolt actually just going through the Fleshcraft shield? I swear it is. It definitely is. Advoy. Well, it looks like his Fleshcraft is actually getting hit first before Chicago's. And Chicago's health is actually the one getting hurt first. Oh, what is that? That's kind of weird. Is there like a different Soulbind with Fleshcraft or something where it just absorbs a portion of the damage instead of all of it? Interesting. But Advoy does end up getting that kill at the end. That's crazy. Guys, is that a thing in then 1? Where Fleshcraft just takes like... Or maybe there's like a Soulbind where Fleshcraft absorbs a portion of the damage, not all of it. Bolt eats the shield and hits HP too. Really? Wait, is that a thing? Is that true? Really? How does it do that? I'm actually interested. It almost looks like it's functioning like a ignore pain. It absorbs a portion of the damage, not all the damage. So a portion of the damage goes into the shield. I wonder. Hold on, I actually gotta peep it. Maybe that is an Autotown or something, or a Soulbind or something. That's actually crazy. Yo, Chicago, are you running anything funky? Or is that just Chaos Bolt doing Chaos Bolt things? As Chaos Bolt still has that whole mechanic where it burns through people's shields. That's still part of the play. I think it absorbs some percentage of the hit and goes in HP. So I don't really know. Like Fleshcraft, it's like for the Warlock, Today's not the day we're gonna lag, but check all through both so they can like have a damper up. Dude, I did see it. Yeah, both the pets actually did take it, didn't it? Angela maneuvers while above 80% health, 5% of damage taken is absorbed and spread over 5 seconds. I don't know if that's a thing. I know that that's new. Probably changed somehow for 91. No, so it looked like. Yeah, so Chaos Bolt doesn't have anything about going through absorbs or anything, like at least the current Chaos Bolt. It's always a crit. Damage is further increased by critical strike chance. That's a good question though. Is there damage equal to 40% of your HP? Chaos Bolt doesn't hit through shields. Yeah, so you guys saw what I saw, right? Like Chicago's health was getting hit while he has a full fleshcraft on him. Is it dampening that does that? Because it looked like with a Warlock, it was his shield getting first. First it was his like fleshcraft bar like disappearing. And then it was his health bar. For Chicago, he had like 2 different bars. And like his health was getting shorter as Fleshcraft was getting shorter too. Is it me? But his health got shorter faster than the Fleshcraft. Must be a bug? Yeah, okay, so if you're a Necrolord right now, mouse over your Fleshcraft. Yeah, you also kill Dangerous with Fleshcraft too. Isn't that weird? Mouse over your Fleshcraft if you're a Necro right now and report a bug. In PvP, sometimes you're able to get hit before Fleshcraft. Maybe not one Fleshcraft wants over melee damage. No, pretty sure there would have been a tooltip on that. PTR lag where someone hits before the game registers the shield. I guess it could be PTR lag, but still report it. Just in case. Still report it. So just mouse over the ability. One more, you're done. Ничего не понимаю. Археолог, мы говорим на Fleshcraft, Necrolord Warlock ability. Ну, как его, что Necrolord у них есть? У них так shield, так, у них есть shield. И мы говорим то, что мы смотрим дуэли и думаем то, что как его, когда люди атакуют людей с этим Necrolord Shield, они как его, damage не идет в shield, damage идет в как его, в health. A little bit of Russian, a little bit of English. It's the best I can do. Damage идет в это health, right? Health, HP. Это damage надо идти в shield первым, потом в health. Я не знаю, почему оно так. Да, я не знаю, почему оно так делает. Or it doesn't work for shadow damage. It'd be so weird if it didn't work for certain points of damage. That just seems weird. Dalaran думает это, что это пар. Yo, Maxim, if you know how to translate what I said in English to Russian, to explain to Archeorg, yeah. Понял, спасибо, Dalaran. Это круто говоришь по-русски. Я мой русский забываю, я извиняюсь, говорю, как будто мне 5 года, да. Как будто мне 5 лет. Ему так и есть. Я не понимаю, что происходит. Мы думаем, это баг. Если можете, если у вас есть персонаж на PTR, который Necrolord, тогда как вводите на этот персонаж и report the bug. И используйте баг репортер. Все только нужно сделать, это как его, мышь перенести на ability Necrolord Shield, нажать F6 на клавиатуре и писать не работает нормально. Если конкретно что написать, напишите, думаем, что иногда damage идет через щит. Оно идет на health. И иногда нормально, иногда нет, bugged. Best Russian I can do, and it was so scuffed. I don't want to explain you guys how I explained it. It was basically like ook Russian. I'm so bad at Russian. I'm so sorry. You had to listen to that. You guys have no idea what you said. Me neither. That's how bad it was. It says while you cast Cataclysm and Bolt, skip the shield of Fleshcraft. Yeah, it's something weird. Like certain abilities skip the shield. Chaos Bolt и что играл щиты в котором из нет. Ну да, какие-то spells, abilities, они идут через shield. Они они идут через это Necrolord щит, они идут на health. Это мы не знаем, какие ability, это какие конкретные эффекты идут через щит. Это как будто это RNG, как будто это иногда они идут, иногда не идут. Но напишите тоже иногда какие-то random abilities going through через щит. Видите, как будто Warlock abilities идут через щит, но не все. Иногда идут, иногда не идут. That's about good. You sound pretty good, Dala. Yo, I sound bad, Peter. Pete. Tell me. Don't tell me it's good. Don't tell me it's good. Ook. Down a Blarusa Pog? Yeah, for real. Can't be the worst French, I'm sure. Can't be the worst than French, I'm sure, maybe. Это на 1, да, PTR на 1. We get everything to say, perfect Russian? Terrible Russian, but I appreciate you guys. You guys are being way too nice. You guys gotta rip into my Russian and tell me it's bad. I know it's bad, but I appreciate you guys. I'm trying my best to explain it in Russian as best I can. Археолог. Надеюсь, тебе нравятся стримы. Я не знаю, если английский понимаешь много, но очень приятно, что когда ты приходишь на стримы и играешь. Я не говорю по-русски много, но большое спасибо, что приходишь на стримы. Очень приятно, когда играешь. Давно у тебя очень хорошее произношение на русском без акцента. Чё? Я не знаю. Когда я с русскими говорю, они говорят мне, что у меня американский акцент. Now you're telling me I don't have an accent when I speak Russian. Bullshit. I've been told by Russians I have an American accent when I speak Russian. It's real bad. Well, try German for real, what a struggle. Oh my god, I only have struggle. Я плохо понимаю, но мне нравится. Но надеюсь, вам нравится. Это все, когда... how to say, as long as you... Fuck. I don't know how to say it in Russian. I know exactly what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. Царю добрых людей, как ты. Я знаю, что хочу сказать, я знаю, что я хочу тебе сказать по-русски, по-английскому, но я не знаю, как переводить это. Ну, большое спасибо, что приходишь за стримы. Надеюсь, тебе нравится, и надеюсь, ты будешь проходить больше стримов. Извиняюсь, что я мой русский scuffed, но пытаюсь сделать, что могу. Но at least we have at least we have a lot of Russians in chat, so at least Archeorg has no idea what I say half the time in English, but he gets the gist and he likes to do what he's saying. But at least we have Russians, so they can explain to Archeorg what's going on. So at least I'm glad. You know what I mean? I just got flagged through the flashcraft, and my dot was also hidden through. Yeah, okay, so that is something that can be recreated with Chrysler. Okay, write, boys, if you can report it, write the flashcraft. And somebody translate in Russian for our Russians. You know, Maxim or somebody that can translate it. Flashcraft, you can conflagrate and Warlock dots, like immolate, goes through Flashcraft sometimes or constantly. So Chrysler just tested it. You just conflag through a Flashcraft. And his dot was also hit it. So if you have if you know how to explain in Russian, write bug report, Flashcraft, conflagrate and immolation goes through it. For some reason, and certain other spells do. I don't know which ones, but it looks like some of the Warlock spells did, like Cataclysm, for example. So just, if you want to write like the broad, looks like some Warlock spells go through Fleshcraft Shield in PvP. The health directly. If you can somehow translate that in Russian to tell what the Russians would to type, that would help. Because I can't. My Russian is so bad. Каждую пятницу и субботу я с тобой. Большое спасибо, Рахи. Большое спасибо, что придешь на стриме. Неправда, у тебя ты ударение на слова ставишь очень хорошо. Твой стриме супер. Ну и надеюсь, мое ударение будет нормальное. Родился в России, я говорил этим я репал русским языком давным-давно, но это, как его, забываю. У меня нет enough слов в русском, чтоб... как его... I want to use the word describe, but I don't remember what the word describe is in Russian. Описать, что я хочу сказать. Или описать... не могу... У меня нет слов в vocabulary, чтобы сказать, что я хочу. Как я могу по-английскому? This is painful, it's true. Yeah, oh my god, this is so painful. Yes, Maxime, thank you so much. Appreciate you, my guy. That's actually perfect. Yes, thank you. Russians, Maxime. Что он сказал? Некоторые ability локо бьют через щит сколь тропа плоти. Bug report, please. Спасибо. Стрима Крагара. Я часто смотрел твои видео. Сейчас начал уже участвовать. Почти играю как профессионал. Ну, ты играешь нормально. Ты играешь... как вот? Это top-notch, honestly. Top-notch, dude. Oh my god, my English came out. Играешь лучше, чем нормально, в моем opinion. I don't know how to say opinion. моем... There's another word I can use. Hold on. В моем глаз... В моем глазе. That's a good one. My eye. From my eye, my perspective. С моего глаза. Ты играешь нормально, друг? Не, that's another one. Yeah. That's what I mean. I don't remember my Russian words. Забываем русский язык, и мне нет слов. Я пытаюсь. Okay, boys. I think we're gonna call it there. Мой глазак. Да. Мой глазак. Да. Oh my god. Fill the groups and go. Yo, I think we're gonna call it here, boys. Boys! Any opinion. That's true. You guys are right. Yeah, I literally forgot the word. I just filled my brain full of WoW abilities. In моей мозге только abilities is WoW. Я забываю русский, забываю даже слова на английском. В моем голове только WoW at this point. It's kind of crazy. Видимо, ты имеешь в виду в моем словарном запасе мало слов. Да, в моем словарном запасе. Ну, как его, мы переехали из России в Америке, когда мы было, что, 10-11 лет, что ли? И после этого у меня что, после по-английскому, только по-английскому говорил. Мы, может, чуть-чуть по-русскому с семьей, с мамой, ну, пытался потерять мой русский акцент, когда я говорю по-английски. Поэтому я говорил по-английски часто, больше, чем русском. Basically, I'm explaining to the boys, like, they're saying that, they're trying to help me with the words, like, what I'm trying to say is I don't have enough words in vocabulary, give me the Russian word. I explained to, like, it's been so long since I really spoke Russian, like, ever since I moved to the States after I was, like, 10 or 11 or something, with my fam. I've been basically speaking all English, trying to lose my Russian accent as best I could. For all you guys that are trying to figure out the hell Russian's Dalaran talking about. Russians also really have no idea what's going on. Это же не русский, да? Но когда я буду приходить, будешь говорить больше. Вспоминаешь все, давай, да. Мне тебе, да. Я согласен с этим. Потому что когда русский в чате, я пытаюсь ответить по-русскому as best as I can. Как могу. Hi bro, Russian from Ukraine. What's up, Nakin? How you doing, my man? Ukraine is a beautiful place, by the way. I've been there for a vacation once. Absolutely awesome. The Ukrainian, I went there as a kid, so as a kid I felt like Ukrainian language sounded like broken Russian. It sounded like a Russian person trying to speak Russian, but they don't know Russian. So it was funny to me, but it's a really cool language. Like, some of the words in there, people are really nice too. Lots of Slavic people are really, really nice, honestly. Lots of them. Alright, boys, we're gonna call it there. Мы, как его, закрываем стрим. Пойду поем. Всем все большое спасибо, то, что пришли на стрим, записывайтесь. И будем стримить понедельник, не дуэлей. Будем как его персонажи катчап. Еще будет дуэли? Нет, сегодня нет. В следующей неделе. Пятница, 5. Начинается в 5 вечера. 5, как его, 17 вечера. East Coast EST в Америке. Пока ночи, большое спасибо, друзья. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We're gonna call it there. I'm gonna get some food, get some editing done, get some work done. Maybe even grind Classic a little bit with the boys. Dude, I've actually kind of enjoyed playing with them. Classic, like a bit of videos rendering in the middle of the night. It's actually been really enjoyable. I've been getting work done, and once I set a video on, I'm like, all right, let's pop on Classic, see if we can get some maybe dungeons done. And it's been kind of enjoyable. У нас это в 12 ночи, 00. Окей. Мне нужно... как его? У нас столько русских в чате, когда мы делаем дуэли. Когда мы на пятницу делаем EU дуэли, нужно найти мое время 5 ночи или 17 вечера и узнать, какие таймзоны в других местах. Так, какое время это в России, какое время это в Германии, какое время это, я не знаю, Англии, и поставить на Дискорде или что ли. Ну, большое спасибо, друзья. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate all of you. I gotta figure out my time zones and whatnot next time to kind of maybe add it, since we have so many Russians in chat is what I was trying to say. But boys, thank you so much for coming by. I had a fun with these duels, man. Lots of cool things that Blizzard is doing. And hopefully we'll see even more updates next week. I'm actually so glad they did updates, even though it's a big TBC week. Big rush for TBC. Сейчас мы see 2:36. Окей, so это будет 00. Окей. Я поставлю. Большое спасибо, Рахи. Yeah, we gotta go do some stuff. I'm actually so glad again they added some stuff for TBC, dude. I'm so glad. It's actually so fun. I mean, some stuff for Shadowlands while TBC is launching this week. It's actually been kind of cool. GG, boys. Thank you so much for going by. You guys have yourself a beautiful evening. I'll see you boys next stream, alrighty? Alright, peace.
Now it's 2020, clear as towel laces, clear as day. No longer move around in fear, disarray. Pray you hear me like the winter wind against your window pane. Feel the bass, baby, soak it in and let it marinate. It's time to hustle, gotta muscle up and run through bed.